There we go. Now everybody should be able to hear us. All right, we're officially live now.
Full start. Hello.
What's up, everybody? We're having just a split-second technical difficulty, but everybody should be able to hear us now, and we're officially live. I see everybody joining chat nice and early. That's awesome. Renegade in there, my beautiful wife Valerie, everyone from Syrinscape, Savage, McNavage, everybody's in there. That's awesome. Warped. So yeah, we just ended the Don't Have a Cow campaign that was weekly, and you know, I want to do a sort of recap of that campaign, just this little summary that I'll do, bringing us up to where we left off. But I do want to explain, you know, these campaigns aren't just standalone. This isn't a one-shot. So this is going to continue on weekly. And that being said, you know, this is called session 1 of, you know, Time to Hustle. And that's because there's a side hustle in Cyberpunk RED where they can make money if they have a downtime of a week, which we might get into next week's session. But it's also time to hustle in decision making and what they're doing because at the wrap of Don't Have a Cow campaign, it kind of left the team with some decisions to make. It didn't just end nice and clean, black and white, you know? And the fact this is an open world and it's constantly moving forward, again, it's not going to be black and white, cut and dry. You know, there's going to be rewards or repercussions. The lore carries on, your reputation, your IP, all that stuff. So, so it's a little bit, you know, different. So what I want to do first, before we get into, you know, recapping, bringing us up to par and all the stuff I want to do, let's do what we always do. Let's go around the table real quick and just introduce ourselves, tell people where they can find you online, and introduce your character. Okay, Rockette Fox, you want to start it off?
I even was ready with my mute button and everything.
Nice.
Hello, everyone. I am Rockette Fox. You can find me wherever Rockette Foxes can be found online, which is primarily Instagram. I am on Twitter. I'm not very good at it, I'll be honest with you, but I show up every once in a while. But mostly I'm over on my own Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/RocketteFox, where I'm on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, mostly afternoons right now. And I have my brand new streaming rig that I built, so you can actually watch me play things and not be lagging out. What a dream. Yeah, and also come September, I am going to be on for season 2 of Court of the Shadow Fae over on Kobold Press, which I am super thrilled about. And in October, I'm going to be GMing for the very first time Bluebeard's Bride with a little someone who is here among our very cast. It's potentially the girl of your dreams. I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
Nice.
And for the purposes of tonight, I am playing Hades, who, you know, overall felt pretty good about the way things panned out last time. As good as it can be, considering that, you know, corpos are absolute shit. So we'll see how that goes.
Phil?
Hello, I am Phil. I am part of Babybeard Media, along with Ellen and a couple of colleagues. We're a bunch of Aussie actors who make tabletop RPG, and just all plain old RPG content. Our main show is called Roll to Cast. That's ROLE, and we do a different game system every season with a new storyteller, original story, and original soundtrack, all edited together in a podcast format, like an audio drama with sound effects and music, just to give you that slick experience. We're currently playing a brand new season of Kids on Bikes, but there are 4 complete seasons for you to binge at your leisure, such as Red and 2020, Vampire the Masquerade, and Pulp Cthulhu as well. I myself was going to be DMing at a convention for the first time, but it got cancelled, so you won't see me in the Adelaide Con. Sorry, guys. Thank this awful virus. But in the meantime, you can find me right here, and then hopefully very soon playing some Dune as well. In the game, I am playing Bud, who is a solo from a floating city.
Yeah. Brandon.
I am Brandon Perkins, also known as DM_Brando in the socials. I stream here every Thursday on Realmsmith every Monday, and starting next week, every Tuesday, you're going to find myself and Rob and Alan doing Fallout on Cyberpunk Uncensored channel. And tomorrow and every Friday on Mad Queen's channel, also Fallout, GM'd by Rob himself.
Hey.
And I play Bud. No, I don't play Bud. I play Hades. Wait, no. I'm gonna get it one of these times. Allie Katz. No, hold on. Rush. I'm
There it
Rush,
is.
and I am the fixer.
I mean, he did a great job impersonating everyone last time. It was
Last
pretty
year,
impressive.
Really did.
Last-
He really did.
I phoned it in this time.
Yeah, I think there was even some clips made that are floating around there online. Of,
Oh, really?
Excellent.
Oh yeah, I saw one on Discord of you doing Hades, I think it was, or a clip of Hades asking for it. Maybe I don't know. There's a few funny
Someone please repost that because I
Yeah.
need that.
I
as
think
my
it
ringtone.
might have been Capricious Nature that made it, who's here in chat. So if it was, man, go repost that to the Discord so everybody can see it again. So yeah, Ellen.
Hi, I'm Ellen. I am a fourth of the Baby Beard Media Empire with the illustrious Phil, who sits below me at all times. As he said, check out our TTRPG podcast, but also hop onto our Twitter because of human error. My bad. We are extending our Cyberpunk RED giveaway for 1 day. So make sure you hop on our Twitter, find the original tweet, repost it, like it, and comment your Cyberpunk character, and 3 people will get a chance to win a free PDF of Cyberpunk RED. So if you like this game and you want to play it, then hop onto our Twitter and join in the giveaway. You can also find us at Baby Beard Media on YouTube, where we're playing Dragon Age Origins. Yes, it's my favorite game. And Sean is just going through it like the absolute chaos goblin that he is and continues to be. Oh my god, such madness. I will also be playing Fallout with oh no, you're not next to me. With Rob and Brandon, which is so exciting. I'm very, very happy to be playing that. And of course, Bluebeard's Bride with, where are you? Over there, Rockette Fox. And today I am playing Allie Katz, the girl of your dreams.
Oh yeah, perfectly done.
The worst kid ever.
I was watching the stream. It was completely the wrong direction.
Opposite,
both
yeah.
times. Well done.
Why'd you have to ruin it? Why'd you ruin it, Phil? I'm like perfectly done.
Why? Did I reverse it?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
point.
somehow.
I don't know.
It's fine.
We get the point though. It made sense, so it's all good.
Yeah, we get it. We get it.
Emotional.
Dan of
intelligence.
Syrinscape says you get a 10 out of 10 for pointing. So there you go. And yeah, I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the GM here running this weekly. I'm also the founder of Cyberpunk Uncensored. We do a bunch of gameplay and tutorials and series and interviews and free assets to help your gameplay. Check out cyberpunkuncensored.com. Also subscribe on YouTube and on Twitch. Tomorrow, I'm, like Brandon mentioned, I'm running Fallout on the Mad Queen YouTube channel at 12 noon Pacific time. And then starting next Tuesday, I'm playing with Brandon as overseer Fallout on the Cyberpunk Uncensored Twitch channel. So lots of gameplay going on. And then we're starting up Dune sometime in the coming month, and Phil will be playing with that. I'll be GM, and I think we have Nora with us, possibly some others. We'll see. I know Rockette is joining us, so that should be a lot of fun. I also want to remind everybody, we're here because of Syrinscape. So if you're watching this, whether you're watching on YouTube, the VOD, or you're watching on Twitch right now live, make sure you follow and subscribe to Syrinscape here on Twitch, over there on YouTube, or if you're watching this on YouTube, here on YouTube, over there on Twitch. And check out their website. It's an awesome tool for GMs to use, so you can kick out sounds and atmospheres and just trigger all kinds of cool background noises and things for your gameplay, whether you're at a table in person with your players or you're online like we are. Yeah, and share this stream. Try to get more people to tune in. The more we can get this thing building up, the more and more cool things we can do with it. Like I said, we just ended a 10-session campaign called Don't Have a Cow, where the team basically had to get a sample of this virus that was breaking out in a potential designer plague in the Upper Marina. They work for District PD. And I recommend everybody watch the old episodes, the old sessions if you haven't. Get all the juicy details, plot twists and turns, meet all the cool NPCs, and see all the crazy things the players did and went through and all that good stuff. But in this quick summarization, they basically have to get this sample for District PD. They track it all the way through, like a sample of kibbles, where it came from. Continental Brands is attached. They seem to be cleaning up the trail of people trying to bust it, a media busting the story. Then it looks like they were going to pin it on some nomads. The nomads said, hey, no, it just came from this infected cow that got into the kibble that we were transporting. And then that led them to this laboratory where they found out there's the virus. And in order to transport an active sample of the virus back to Night City, it had to be hosted in a living organism over 1,000 pounds, or over roughly about 800 to 1,200 kilograms. We're not sure about that exactly. I'm American, so I'm working on it. But ultimately, they had to get that cow back. They worked their magic with nomads, ended up in a night market over in Neo-Nola, ended up back in Night City. Alley Cat even ended up with a little minion that helped them out at the night market, and now he's with them. But they got back to Night City. They ended up losing Dreads on the way. I don't want to get into too much detail, because if you haven't seen it, go back and watch all those episodes. But they're back at Night City. They get back to the boss. They have the sample. The boss, Nash, had his meeting with the council that morning, and he filled them in. Hey, I told the council all the details. We've gathered evidence. They're coming back with the active sample. We busted it from this lab, and they'll be here today. And that's when the Nicola, the guy who runs the face of Biotechnica, stood up and said, "Wait a minute. They were hoping that nobody would get to the bottom of it and it would just be brushed under the rug." But it was them. They hired the third-party lab. It's this, hybrid viral bacteria that they're working on to try to help clean the environment. They're trying to do good, But during the process, I guess, crack a few eggs to make an omelet, so to say. But they're basically trying to figure it out. It's unstable. Unfortunately, the third-party lab, the funding sent it cheap transport, not private, and it got mixed in with a kibble transport. The cow got into it. That's how shit happened. Continental's trying to do cleanup. It just became a fucking mess, a freaking mess. Let me watch the language. All right, that's one, no more. And then ultimately, the team basically got told, hey, look, because of that, the council doesn't want to blow this up. They don't want to expose this. Biotechnica is trying to do good. We just want to brush under the rug. Things happen. Get rid of the cow. Council was clear about that. Be discreet. Get rid of all evidence. And I'll contact you soon when the next case comes across my desk. So it was kind of put like that. And yeah, that's what they kind of left off when they were leaving District PD, went down to the RV. Tumble pretty much called it quits. Somebody's going to pick up the RV in the next day or so. I think Rush or somebody's going to call them. But yeah, this media girl, Bessie, showed up and basically said she's been following rumors. She's trying to crack the case. She's a higher level media, works for IMG, which is this private investor kind of run media corp that takes independent stories. She's friends with Chansey, which was the little media girl who got killed kind of in part of the cover-up in a previous session. So she wants to break the case. She's following all these rumors. She knows Biotechnica was trying to do good. She this, that, whatever. Check out that episode to get the details. But she offered the team saying, hey, look, my investors, my bosses, they'll pay a pretty Eddie for you just to kind of hand over that cow and all the evidence you've gathered so I can break this case and do this. Can we talk about this? And that's when Hades was like, hey, you want to go grab lunch? We have this 24-hour cafe. We usually chill out right around the corner. And that brings us to the cafe. What I'd like to do is start the session with the girl saying, yeah, no problem, I'll meet you there in about 30 minutes. Let me just tell my boss that, I have an official meeting and we're going to talk about this. So she's going to meet you there in about 30 minutes. This gives the team time to get to the cafe, chat about everything they've been through over the past week or so, kind of get a game plan together, weigh their options, all that good stuff before Bessie shows up, and then we can kind of engage in that. This is session 1 of Time to Hustle. We are going to have a session 2 next week, and then we'll be launching into the next full campaign. So let's just see how it goes. Let me get Syrinscape going over here with some 24-hour cafe diner sounds. Everybody kind of hanging out. And yeah, you guys just showed up. You pulled in, and we'll say Pox basically tells y'all, like, hey, if you don't mind, I'll catch up on some sleep. I'm sure you want someone to stay in the RV anyways and kind of watch everything. I'll just crash out here for a bit. You guys handle your business and stuff, and then whatever.
That would be good.
Don't
Sure thing,
cry
kid.
anything.
Welcome to the big city.
Yeah, mind the blood.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get a tour, whenever I catch up on some sleep and we get through all this.
Sure, I'll take you around. Kind of begrudging the kid a little bit.
Yeah.
We have all just seen some shit. Been through the wars.
Bit tired, bit disillusioned. I think the result of Biotechnica being like well ahead of us on PR is a bit demoralizing.
Yeah, hardly surprising, but it is a big blow, I think. Maybe if we hadn't lost so many resources and, so much human life, then
Well, yeah, I don't know. I
it
think
might have been an easier pill.
I think Nash was going to bat for us, but Biotechnica is the face of the whole company. They're multinational. There's not much he can do. But the question is, do we let this media get the scoop on this and potentially put a target on our heads?
When don't we have a target on our heads?
That's a very good point.
Hades has got a point. I mean, they know that we've been investigating it anyway, and if this Bess is hell-bent on finding the truth, which I think she is...
Oh my god, if you meant media's in this city, I'm sure she is.
Yeah, but they're probably going to think it was us who leaked it to them anyway, so...
We might
as
well
on conclusion. Yeah. And
There's no guarantee that she can break through the corporate BS anyway. They're gonna lean hard on the humanitarian environmentalist angle. Oh, we were just trying to clean up the city and it was an accident. Or even say, these edge runners messed it all up for you guys.
I mean, they'll spin whatever way they want to, right? No matter what story comes out.
Sure.
I guess if we put the raw material out there, then... Oh, God, I hate saying this, but people can make up their own minds. Even though there's
that usually
much
goes well.
evidence to the contrary. But
Look, my perspective...
Sorry, you go.
My perspective on it is... Night City right now, look at it. Place is wrecked but rebuilding, so it's up for grabs. And these corpo bastards, if you don't push back, they'll take every last bit of it, so...
Yeah. I'm in the mood to make some enemies. What about you guys?
Look, as long as it doesn't burn Nash, I'm alright.
The cow's got to go somewhere, and it was, in my opinion, either between giving it to this media person or just, I don't know, letting it wander off somewhere and letting nature take its course.
Well, I don't know how I feel about giving the cow to ING. it is a biohazard ready to spread again. So I don't know, but we've got the BDs and we've got, the files, the coordinates.
I don't think she needs the cow. What's the media gonna do? Put it on the city net and say, "Hey, look, this is the interview with the cow." I think your BDs of the lab and all our info is gonna be the real juicy stuff.
Yeah.
Later.
Honestly, yeah. What?
What'd you say?
Maybe they have a cow translator.
Possibly.
I heard BT were working on that.
You never know.
Yeah.
Flying it on
and
a
if they
golden
work on that,
retriever.
Yeah, she did say
Yeah,
in that episode, she did say that she wanted all the evidence and the cow, so then her people could do a breakdown and have the a sample of the hybrid bacteria virus.
I mean,
Sure. How do you think we prevent this from burning Nash and then Nash burning us, though? That's a very good point Rush makes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we're independent contractors, right? He can always cut ties with us.
Sure.
there any-
Yeah, we don't need him for work, right, Rush? You can get us gigs.
Yeah, I could get us gigs. Problem is, Nash
I mean-
is done as well. I don't want to burn him in response.
Yeah, I get that, but also, I think this news is going to get out regardless. And I don't know, maybe that's Nash's prerogative to cut ties with us and save himself the trouble. I don't want to hurt him either, but
Or, as my delightful grandmother used to say, find a fall guy.
I met your grandmother. She was not that nice.
Well, I was trying to tone it down for the present company.
Right, okay. Yeah, I've still got scars from when we played that knife game.
Well, I mean, you gotta learn
Five finger
how to play
fillet.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Playing
but you know
five-finger
what?
play.
Yeah, but she always did have a point, and sometimes that point went into your hands. I'm with.
though. I don't know. Maybe we didn't give the cow to someone. Maybe someone else did. Maybe we were doing everything responsibly. Maybe.
I mean, we can put
Send
the
it to
heat
get
back
destroyed
onto.
and we got lost.
We can put the heat back on ING. I mean, they're gonna be responsible for this story, right? So
I'm not friends with them.
yeah, exactly. They intercepted us. They took the evidence. They're going to be publishing it anyway, so they've put the target on themselves. They already had one media go down for the fight. Could be a neat story.
Besides, there are all sorts of groups in Night City that, are up to no good, who steal stuff all of the time, not knowing what it is. We have a trailer out there that could be. I'm sure anyone would. The last thing they would expect is a goo cow.
No one ever
It's certainly-
expects a goo cow.
No,
Right.
that's so true. So true.
That's how the saying goes, right?
Yeah, so,
Exactly.
It's how
That
a
old
saying goes.
That old saying.
so if somebody
Hey,
stole our trailer, they would probably be expecting something much more worth it, such as in anything, literally anything other than what's in there.
Hey, Rush, I don't remember. Did you do a background on IMG when we met the first media?
Let's see. I tried getting in touch with them, but I didn't really do a lot of research, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, am I remembering rightly? They're a pretty small scream sheet outfit at this point. I mean, are they even credible?
As far as I know, I think they're credible, but they do have a very small spread.
That might
Yeah,
save
we're
them in the
putting our
long
neck
term.
out for not much return.
What you know about IMG too, by the way, I forget who rolled the rep thing to know her. I think a couple of you knew Bessie and about IMG, but I can't remember who. But that's not important because you all discussed it already, anyways. IMG is kind of trying to compete with Network 54 without the fluff. They don't do a lot of entertainment pieces and stuff. It's all they get news from independent media sources, but it's always like hard news, cracking cases, things, hard stories and stuff. So
Right.
So they're not just limited to Upper Marina. They're
exactly
still citywide.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
right.
They are Night City, and they're
So they're
funded.
all steak and no sizzle.
And they've got a panel. They have private investors, so it's not just like one CEO, so to speak. They've got a couple, and then they've got like a panel of investors behind it. It's set up a little bit different than your typical corp, but what you do know about them is they're up and coming. They're trying to compete with Network 54. You could believe that they would have money, since she did offer saying that, we'd pay a pretty Eddie for everything. I think you can assume that they could afford to pay you. They're not just like a local little shitty scream sheet or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Extra,
so
I
extra.
do like.
but mine
I
is
do
spread.
like
I
Eddie
meant
as the.
the whole city.
Yeah, they're all facts, none of the flavor. But that's good. That's credible news. It's not like them to, pass off a big controversy or, make stuff up. I think it's just whether we want to give them. I mean, for me, I'm happy to give them the BDs. I'm happy to give them all the info that they need. I'm more reticent to give them a biohazard on 4 legs when I have no idea if it's going to be contained. And this isn't in a little.
Good point.
As long as it's in the cow, it's viable. It's not giving them a dead sample, nothing like that. I think the cow should probably, get destroyed. But that's me. I don't know.
The waitress
I
the waitress walks over to the table at that moment and just kind of interrupts the conversation. And I'm so sorry. I'm Donna. We're so busy today, but just let me know what y'all want to get. You want something to drink or eat?
The ice cream on top.
Oh, we have
Yeah,
ice
French
cream.
toast for. You
I'll
guys do
just
French
have.
toast?
Oh, we can make you some
Can
French
I-
toast.
Yeah,
yeah,
I just
I
need
like that
some matcha, if you've got it.
I'm sure we can get you some.
Like,
We could whip up
fantastic.
anything. Our
Thank
guy
you.
he's amazing. You guys have been here all the time. I've seen you here. You here all the time.
Yeah, we've seen food here.
And you,
Don't
sweetie?
think we've ever.
Looking to you, Rush.
Yeah, I'll take one of the biggest breakfasts you've got with the sausage, and the bacon substitute, and all the fixings. I am hungry.
Really? After all this conversation, you want me? You want just straight up?
Hey, this is all pork I'm talking about. I'm not saying beef patties here. Safe pigs is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it pork? Yeah.
Or is it long?
Yeah, it's all
pig?
it's all soy. It's all soy anyway.
Soy and kelp and yeah.
Yeah, but it was
Well-
shaped like a pig when they first made it.
All right, sweetie. You got it. I'll be right back. She runs off.
Thank you so much.
I love this Long Island
Thanks, Donna.
accent that you're doing, by the way. You're a doll, Donna.
So good.
I love it.
It tips so well. I love it.
Beautiful.
She's such a doll.
She's
Doll.
a real doll face.
Yeah, and Lone Jedi says bacon and eggs with a K and a Z, vegan substitutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Made with
Exactly.
with real power.
So I can't believe it's not food.
Pork.
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 Pork. Pork.
Pork.
Delicious. And less risk of heart disease, so. Probably more. I don't know. What else they put in there.
I think that's a good compromise, giving them the the files, but not the dangerous contagion.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys
I don't
feel
know.
about that.
Yeah.
We are in Night City right now. It'll take less than 24 hours for them to get a live sample back to their lab. Can't they just take, a bit of that dribble off the cow? Why do they need the whole cow?
I mean, do
That's a
we
good
want them
point.
even to? Do we want them to even have that?
Dribble
Maybe not.
I mean,
itself.
outside of the cow, it can only, last 24 hours. If it's on their heads, then I don't think they could get that big of a spread. If they're
I mean,
taking
it doesn't
their-
spread from person to person, right? It's just contact.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's a good idea, Rush. We give them a sample, but not the viable one.
Yeah.
If they can't figure it out in 24 hours, well, tough tits. We tried our best, and we also have some kind of responsibility to not let this thing loose again.
And it's
And,
easier to cover up,
yeah.
too, than someone stealing a whole cow, you know what I mean? At least then we
Yeah.
can still have it destroyed. We did what Nash asked us to do. Well, to
We
a
just-
point.
We just accidentally lost some
Oh.
BDs that he didn't know we had.
Yeah.
Oops.
They don't know it was us that made that.
I'm clumsy. What can I say? I
Yeah.
can
Plus,
always have the...
Keep put two and
have-
two together, but
we
There
can
should be a
also
finder's
scrub some
fee.
certain details.
Sure.
My voice out of it. Try and blur.
My voice out of it.
Well, yeah, we can.
our voices out of it.
It's not going to be perfect and it's not going to be pretty, but we can try and scrub a little bit. Hades, is that a thing that you could do?
Yeah, I don't see why not. In fact, if you want somebody else's voice in there, I could probably do that.
I mean, I'm not feeling... I haven't even had my caffeine. I don't know that I'm in the right mind to frame someone. But if anyone has any ideas...
I'm just having a thought, though, that I wonder, Rush, can you find out or have a best guess at who might be backing IMG?
you mean anybody that's funding it? As
Yeah,
far
I
as
mean,
know,
who
it's
who
mostly
knows where?
independent.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
it's all
got
it-
backers though. They're trying to go against Net 54. They got to get money from somewhere.
It's true.
I mean, they're independents, right? They get lots of different contributions.
Certainly
my
not
own-
Yeah.
Technica, right?
memory.
For stories, but money-wise, it's got to come from somewhere with an agenda.
Right. If they have the eddies to pay us, then who paid them?
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. Who if we given out a sample of this virus, let's say, well, to this media, who does that media work for? Where does that sample end up? That is my concern.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and we're not friends with Biotechnica right now, does it really matter who's trying to, put a strike against them?
I mean, who do they want shitting blood everywhere?
They've also
And
got
drink.
24 hours.
Sorry.
Oh, good timing, Donna. By the way, who did
Yeah,
you
I'll take
bang?
some more
They're-
coffee. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, it's right at that
They're
moment Donna
adorable.
brings all your food and drinks. Right when Hades says that, she's like, "Oh, drink."
Prosto, whatever it is you say.
Technica, but if they still want to, if they still want to put this stuff in anywhere that I can get access to it, I don't like that.
Hey, maybe it even does what they say it does, and it's going to eat all the plastic waste in the bay, and we're just fucking things up for everybody.
Yeah, well, they started it, so
You can't.
I don't know. I'm not gonna cry tears for Biotechnica when, sure, they love to hide behind the, environmental do-gooder, but they just let a whole building of people get sick and die.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
crush
And
the
then killed the survivors.
omelet.
Not to mention, if they do have a cure for eating up plastic, they're gonna put a price tag on it. So, They're fucking around first. I say they made the first move. We're gonna try and end it.
Ain't no such thing as a good corp.
Exactly. And that was my
Cool, well.
one allocated F-bomb.
I think I used mine. Whoops. It's only
No more
not even that
total.
far in.
It's all on
Yikes.
Russian Hades to see us through.
No more.
They're gonna take us off air. Syrinscape will pull the plug.
They've got a Netrunner in the system right now. So, I don't know. I feel like we're all on the same page, but are we united on this?
Yeah, let's blow. I think it's more. Look, out of character, it's more interesting to blow the story open, right? And give it to the media, watch it affect the city, see if flak comes our way. If it does, we shoot at said flak. I think it's a better decision, personally.
But what does Bud think in his little head there?
Bud thinks,
Of
like
fast
I said,
cars and
like
women.
I said.
We haven't heard.
Well, the first part, sure, yeah. Fast cars are awesome.
That's true.
Yeah, but no, like I said, the city's up for grabs, and if we don't push back, they'll take every inch of it. You know, so if they wanna sneak into the public consciousness like this, it's our duty to push back and tell people, no, corpos aren't your friends. They made this mess. And if
More
we
than
want a better...
duty, it's just
if
fun.
yeah, that's true. If we want to build back a better city, we can't let the corpos get away with the same old shit that they used to.
I've heard worse reasons to
They're in
die.
their pursuits.
Plus, it's not that complicated, right? Biotechniker's probably gonna come after us. Then we just
Definitely.
basically keep trying to survive. It's not. The math ain't that hard. They
Yeah, that's
shoot at
true.
us, we shoot back.
Y'all,
Yeah, I failed
Or
math,
bazooka.
but I understand that equation.
all
I
of you
killed everyone
notice,
that knew too much.
all of you notice Bessie, that media girl, pulling up, parking her vehicle, and walking in the front. She's coming in.
She cute?
Sure. Ow.
How cute though. On a
Sorry.
scale of 1 to like super cute.
Yeah, who
I
would play
think-
her in the movie?
No, she.
Ellen wants to know fashion as well. I'm pretty sure Ellen judges people on their
Yeah,
fashion
no, I was gonna
choices
say
more
she's
I
than-
do a
she,
little
she's a
bit.
pretty attractive girl. You know, she's a higher ranking media, and she knows how to use style and wardrobe and persuasion and things like that. So, you know, she's tall, slender. Don't have the description from the previous session in front of me.
Legs
but
that
I
go
think she was
all
wearing
the
a
way
long
up to
dress.
your-
A long
It's
skin tight
Buddy
dress
Blake.
and a jacket over that. You couldn't see much, but you know, she's fit, and like I said, with her style and wardrobe and other skills, you can assume she's an attractive girl. Knows how to you know, work it.
Yeah,
use
it's
her,
like kind of
use
like
her, use her body and personality
business.
to get what she wants. You know.
yeah. It's
did
kind of
she
like
come alone?
business chic.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
walking in alone.
Okay.
Is she armed?
No, you don't see any.
We're all
Nothing
armed.
visible.
It's Night City, baby.
Anything concealed? Yeah, I know, but this is just Bud. But he just clocks people. Yeah, he's a solo.
Right, yeah. Good point.
Yeah,
It's
you-
less for like I think we're in danger. It's just what I would do.
she has a
I mean, that's
she has a
how you
clutch
did
purse.
it. I was like,
You know, but you don't see any weapons.
Go to that first.
I don't think she's a
cute.
threat to us. I like to know.
Oh, see.
Yeah, I mean, if I can ask, is she cute? You can definitely ask
I can
plot
ask,
relevant questions.
is she packing? Yeah.
Well,
Well,
here's the thing. What I'm to understand, like she knows how to use her personality and her wiles. Like if we were to make it a little more difficult, wait, no.
Seducer? Is that what you're saying?
you tell us your answer to everything.
And It works most of the time.
Okay, yeah, bullets work for everything else. I get it. We're a team,
And she
and then
sees
got-
Rush helps.
she
Got
sees
all
y'all
of
sitting,
our bases covered. All 3 of them.
and she comes walking over and notices you and sits down. I hope it wasn't too late. Did you have time to discuss with each other and decide what we're doing now?
Yeah.
Keeping in mind, I understand it's a touchy situation. Like I said, I know if these rumors are true, if everything's panning out, and judging by what you're hauling and kind of what we were saying, I'm pretty sure they are. We know Biotechnica was trying to do good. They're trying to help, and maybe they messed up. Some things happened, but also Continental Brands didn't have to, initiate their whole cleanup procedure and take out my friend Chansey and some other innocents along the way as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So like I said, I think someone needs to be held accountable, and I'd love to bust this open. So
What was that, Hades?
what's everybody's thoughts?
So Hades is gonna get real, up in her business. Questions, lady.
Hades, did you bring your glasses, or?
What do you work for?
And more
Okay.
importantly, who are you?
Like I said, I work for IMG. I thought you said you already
think
heard
We
of
know
them.
that. We know
I think
that,
we
but
were curious as to where the trail is heading. Obviously, you have it's your professional kind of mindset to report the facts, but where is this trail of investors coming from? We just
Well,
want to make
Writes
sure
the
that
checks.
this information isn't heading straight into the hands of another evil corp.
Well, first off, let me explain. I'm an independent media. IMG doesn't have media employees or anything like that. They're run, independent medias just sell their stories to them. The thing here is, when they feel like one of their main medias, maybe someone like me, is onto something big, they're willing to invest. I don't know where they're getting the money. I know IMG has a whole panel of private investors that's behind them. I mean, that's no mystery. They've done articles on that, but they never talk who it is. That's always been private. They're angel investors and whoever they have behind the big curtain, I guess. But that doesn't matter. I think the main thing here is I've tried to sell stories like this to Network 54 and other outlets, and they always brush over, depending on who's their current advertiser or who their investor is, and something like this just needs to come out. IMG, they're all about getting that attention, and I think taking advantage of that would be a good thing. And I'm hoping you see that. I hope we can do this.
it does matter when it comes to handing over potentially dangerous materials.
Well, they'll handle it with care. I've already
Yeah,
explained to them.
you
They know what the
will.
situation is.
So I think, and I don't want to speak for all of us, but I think we're pretty united on this. We're not going to give you the whole cow. That's just, we have seen how badly this thing can blow up, how quickly this thing can spread, and we're not about to give, whoever your secret investors are, either way, they're getting some kind of coin, and I'm not here to believe in altruism anymore. And just, hope that someone's happy to get the truth out there. We are happy to give you a sample that will be viable for 24 hours for you to analyze and get your own stats and specs on that. But I think in terms of that specific evidence, that's a hard line for me.
We got everything recorded from inside the lab as well, so you can add a credible evidence to your story too. It's not like not having the cow nukes your whole story.
Yeah. We have BDs, we have some coordinates and other information, I think, that Hades, you were grabbing from the net. But either way, we have a full tour of the third-party lab where the virus was manufactured. That is on offer.
Okay, I mean, this does change things a bit. but
Sure.
I mean, as long as we get a sample, it stays active for 24 hours, and I get all the evidence. Let me step out and make a call. And she gets up and steps out, and you see her getting on her agent out front.
And can someone who actually has empathy do a human perception on her, please?
I can do that.
Rush? Yeah. I was going to say you're probably the most empathetic. I'd also be keen, like, Rush, I guess from that role. What's your vibe? You read people better than most.
Yeah, what did you get for human perception?
Someone with empathy. Bud's burnt out.
Yeah, I got a 14.
People just weird me out. I don't know.
I tried. Hades just got a 12. Not great.
I might give it a roll too. Why not?
It's maybe Bud is the one who knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh no, not me. Not I. That was a critical failure. Not I.
Yeah, not me neither.
Yeah, I'll say out of all that, it'd probably rush the most to kind of get a vibe that at least she seems genuine. When you kind of questioned where the money is, you got an honest feeling that she was almost like, what does that even matter? Let's get the truth out there. IMG will just buy the story. They'll put it out. I use them because, Network 54, other places, they usually mess up stories like this and, kind of nerf it up or cover it up or do whatever they have to do depending on their investors and stuff. All that sort of stuff did rub you the right way a bit, Rush. She seems genuine about it, her intentions.
Yeah,
And
my
she's
gut's
cute.
telling me. My gut is telling me that she's on the level and she's really trying to do this in an honest way. Get the truth out.
Well,
Yeah.
not about her. She's too cute to be up to anything.
Hades, you of all people should know that cuteness is not antithetical to doing devious stuff.
You know Allie, right? She's sitting right there.
Who, me?
Really cute. It's up to no good.
Sometimes I'm up to very good, thank you very much.
Oh, sure. It's a matter of perspective, I'm sure. But
Maybe not legal good.
yeah, and hey, Rush. If you think she's on the level and you think we can get some extra scratch out of this, maybe see if we can get some guarantees about how she anonymizes our role in this, Nash's role in this.
Yeah.
If you're happy, Rush, you're a better judge of character than I am.
Yeah, there's a risk to this, of course, right?
Well,
But
we're
let's
always
face it,
gambling.
Biotechnica, they know. They know
Yeah.
what we found out. They know it was us, right? There's
We gotta do something.
bad guys already know. And they've had people killed for less. So maybe it's worth the risk. Maybe why not just completely poke the bear?
So, I guess we might need you, Rush, to negotiate the actual eddies.
Oh, I'm
And
ready. I'm ready to
See,
do that.
see
Now, the
what her
question is-
plans are in terms of keeping us out of this.
The question is, despite our good intentions, how many eddies would it take for us to let go of that cow? Or is that completely off the table?
I'd rather just give them a sample, really.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
can always earn eddies the old-fashioned way, but yeah.
Just say it, just in case. Money talks.
Yeah, I think it's off the table for me.
All right, bud.
Yeah, I mean, Nash is paying us for this gig. We got our upfront fee. You eddies from that bunker. I'm not starving for rent right now. I don't think we need to sell ourselves out for a few thousand eddies.
True. Now, Hades, how do you feel about if they offer us a lot of money for that full cow? What do you think?
The biggest thing is that if there ends up being another outbreak, you know who they're going to call about it.
That's true.
That's true.
On the one hand, That's another opportunity for us to make some money. But on the other hand, it's really gross.
Bessie comes walking
Yeah.
in, and she's smiling, and she sits down, and she says, "Okay, I talked to them. They're fine with that. If you just want to do a sample, they're fine with that too. Obviously, we would much rather have the whole cow, if you're willing to part. But if you can at least do all the evidence in the sample, that'd be great. We could give you 5,000 eddies. They'll transfer it over right now. And if you consider parting with the cow, maybe we could get a bit more."
All right,
Trust
now
us, we do not
How do
want
we
that
how
cow.
do we feel about this? Do we want to try and push those numbers up?
This is the best time to shine. He's the fixer.
Yeah.
am I
I
able
mean,
to?
do we kind of give
haggle?
him the signal? Yeah, of like,
Oh, you can absolutely
Whether
haggle.
it's
You
like
have your
one-
10% sort of deal for the haggle roll, right? You can at least
That's
do that.
on you.
That's a 22.
oh my gosh!
Nice.
Well, you have mum too.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's understandable. We could. That's fine. We'll do 5,500 for the sample and all the evidence you have, brain dances, anything that you jacked out of systems, like you mentioned earlier. That'll work. But keep in mind, please, if at all you consider, parting with the entire cow.
Look, we have our own obligations. We freelance for the PD here so that stuff actually gets done. They've done right by us, and they've asked us to destroy the cow. Okay?
I mean,
So that's what we're gonna do. That's slipping you the evidence is nothing was said to us about that. So that's all above board as far as we're concerned. But we're not going against a guy who's done right by us. Okay?
what about if we double the money?
It's not about money.
So
I just
11,000.
We're not.
11,000
Look, we,
won't do it.
no. We care about
This thing
getting
gets
back.
out.
Okay.
Okay.
We care about getting the truth out, but I'm not about to let a virus, especially one as potent as this one, slip out of our fingers when we have been specifically tasked to destroy it. That's just not on the table. I don't know about you guys, but that's it. I don't think we're happy to talk about that end of the bargain anymore. It's a hard
Hades is
line.
gonna get real close to Bessie and be like, "It makes you poop your insides completely out until there's nothing left."
And drink.
And then and then Biotechnica kill you.
Yeah, and if you get the scoop on it, Biotechnica will just kill you about it. So, no.
Well, I mean, if we put this out, I'm trying to blow this wide open. Obviously, I'm gonna explain exactly what happened with Biotechnica. I'm gonna explain the whole cover-up thing with Continental, even though it wasn't their fault initially. Why did they have to do cover-up by being so paranoid and kind of jumping the gun on all that, getting my friend killed? I want to blow this wide open. And
Yeah,
IMG is
sure.
behind it. When they can expose a big story like this, when you have hard evidence like you all have right now, that's a
Well,
big deal.
Why the hell do you want the cow?
So we can have an active sample ongoing. What if we need it longer than just our breakdown?
Well, in the material that you're about to receive, you will find that maybe this is information I should sell. You might not need this cow if you can get your own.
Okay, so
Oh, right.
the virus can transfer to a different.
Well, I mean, I could elaborate, and I could.
I know
give
it
you
can spread. I
specifics
heard
if
what you
want.
said about it spreading through people and all that, but I thought it just didn't pass 24 hours otherwise. So please explain.
Oh, well, I definitely could explain. I'm just wondering how much would that information be worth?
Yeah, that is pretty pricey information, I would say.
Oh, I'll be rushed. Good
since-
job.
Yeah, give me a persuasion.
they can essentially make their own.
And that's not our.
I also did not think of that. It just like take
Yeah.
your samples, put it in another cow.
That's assuming it would take. But
I don't know.
What did you
Yeah.
get on?
I'm not a science person. I'm not a science guy.
16.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just step out, do one more call, and I'll get right back to you. And she kind of steps
This
out
is
and does another
pretty-
call.
This is pretty risky, Rush. I mean, it essentially
Yeah.
does what we didn't want in the first place, which is to give them a whole viable
Yeah,
virus.
I'm very sorry about that.
They may
I
not
heard
be-
11,000 eddies and it tickled me. And I'm just going to try and calm down if you need. If you need, I can shut up for once.
No. We need you. It's a good
All right.
bargaining point for sure, but
I mean, they're going to find out in the material that we hand over anyway exactly what I'm just about to tell them, right?
It's
yeah.
true. If they
they
analyze
also-
the files, yeah.
And I also had a pretty good look at the chemical compositions, so they could possibly try and recreate it from scratch with enough time and resources.
God, I hope they're
11,000
on
eddies?
the level.
And this is a great opportunity. Rush. So,
Yeah.
if they decide to go with it, you have to tell them that they, I don't know, make up the most creative stuff you can. Like, in order to get the cow to really take in the disease, you have to take it and you have to make it some sort of special meal that you have to serve on a silver platter, and you have to feed it to it with like some very
To massage it.
thing. You have to massage
Yeah.
Sing
Give
it
it
a
hugs.
song.
it around 3 times.
Sing it a song, but only in moos.
Right.
Needs
Yeah.
a cool hat.
Oh yes. Cool hat.
Just doesn't
I'm
take
so
without
glad-
a cool hat.
I'm so glad that we haven't been scarred by, people shitting themselves to death, that we can joke about this.
And drink.
Drink.
Jeez. Yeah, Bessie comes back in, smiling again, and sits down. She says, "Yeah, I talked to them. If you have some type of information, obviously, we'll pay you the 550 for the, 5,500 for the, all the evidence and the sample. But if you have information, that can help us kind of keep it beyond the 24 hours, like you're saying, if there's a way that we can transfer it to our own cow or something, they're willing to toss you another 1,000.
Another
I mean, you were gonna give us 11,000 all up for the cow.
Right, but
This
then
is just the same thing.
well, it's the information. Then we have to go through the process of tracking, finding, buying, and getting our own cow within 24 hours. It's going to be way more expensive than us just paying you 11,000 to go through all that. At least that's what they were explaining to me. But they're willing to throw 1,000 at it. I hope you guys will take it. I really want to break this case. And don't get me wrong. If you don't, I'm just going to be honest. I'm gonna do my best to crack this and get as much info about this out as I can. But as you know, even with the rep I have and the level of rumors I gather, I need hard evidence. And if I don't have enough, no one's going to believe me, regardless. So, please.
Just like sidebar, do we want to try just a little bit more, or what do we
Would I-
reckon?
Would I be able to haggle on that extra 1,000?
Not for like 11,000,
Um,
but maybe like a few hundred more eddies.
I'll do you can do a haggle for your 10%, right? But I will allow you to do, a very difficult persuasion if you want to convince her to try to hit up the bosses and try to up it a little bit more, even beyond that 10% haggle roll.
You're pretty lucky.
Okay.
Our neck
I'm,
on the line. This could ruin our reputation. We
I'm
could
going
get
to
attacked.
use
Yeah.
all
Plus,
of my
I,
luck points.
I
Oh my god, that's like
understand,
8 luck, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 8 luck. That's as high as I could
understand
get it.
Yeah, I
on my
understand her
persuasion.
logic of like it's going to cost her more resources, but also it is essentially we are just giving them the DIY cow.
Yeah.
So
and
it's like
it's
if we-
danger money.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
danger money for us.
absolutely.
All right.
Us doing this is definitely putting. We need to be recompensed. Daddy wants a new cyber leg.
Does a 25? Does that do it?
Oh my god!
Yeah, why don't you, what exactly do you tell? I mean, no matter what,
gosh!
she's convinced to call her boss. You know, she's going to call IMG again and try to convince them to put in a little more. She sees the worth in this, but what with a role like that, give me a little flavor. What exactly do you say to her to convince her to go to bat for you one more time to the bosses? Try to get a little more money.
Now look, Bess, can I call you Bessie? Is that okay?
Yeah, with an accent like that, you can call me whatever you want. You can call me tonight
Oh,
too if
that's-
you want.
That's exactly what I thought. Maybe I'll get your digits, but look. Look, here's the problem. The cow we've got's been sick for a long time. I think it's a little old. Why don't you go talk to your bosses? See if you can get yourself a younger cow and maybe a little bit more eddies for us. Maybe something a little bit closer to what was being offered if we threw the cow in. What do you say?
I'll do my best. I mean, believe me, I like everything you're saying. Let me see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. She gets up and walks
Cool.
out again.
And then he rips off his shirt, and he's wearing
All
this
the
shirt.
faith in the world.
Underneath, he's wearing the Rush shirt, and that's just a show of dominance. Yeah.
I nearly mentioned your wife. I couldn't help it.
I almost did too. Rush feels dirty right now.
I didn't feel it, but I definitely.
You don't know.
Yeah. A little fun little night, little date night.
Fun for everyone.
It's business. It's business.
I
Just
will come
business.
clean to Cyphers later.
Yeah, she comes back in.
Too nice.
Give me her haggle roll.
Okay.
Oh,
I've got no luck left for this.
Right, and this is
It's
a little
a
bit of
21.
homebrew. Okay, awesome. Yeah, this
I've got no luck, but
this
it's
is-
a
and-
21.
just I know she's so awesome at that. Anyways, you would think he's a fixer, right? But yeah, there's a little bit of homebrew in the way I'm doing it because of the fact that you already pushed the 10% with your haggle prior, but you're changing kind of what the deal is. So I allowed that persuasion. I made it real difficult, but man, you nailed it. You were able to get her to go to bat, which automatically was going to get you some type of increase. I wanted to do your haggle to see if it was going to be beyond just a normal 10%, which it is. So I'll give you that extra, another 2,000 that she's willing to do. She said, I can't push it beyond because we have to buy our own at that point, but they're willing to throw in another 2K for that information. And it comes with a perk too, and she slides over a piece of paper with her agent number on it. So now you have
A total
Bessie's
of
contact.
8K. Right? Total of 8K?
Yeah,
What we're talking?
or
All right.
8,500, right?
8,500. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Thank you. Just
Chat-
checking to make sure
Make
you're
sure I'm
being
right
honest.
about that chat too, because I wasn't writing that down.
Yeah, you said 5,500 for what we had at that point.
Yeah,
That's
and
right,
then
that's right.
1,000
And so-
and an additional 2,000. So.
That's right.
so
Yeah.
right, yeah.
So we
80,
just-
85,000 eddies is what you said. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
8,500.
1,000, right?
85,000
Yeah.
is what you said. Yeah.
Exactly,
I heard, like,
850,000.
Well,
I heard at least 5 zeros.
Yeah, 850 million.
I heard just an
Good best.
unseen stream of Eddie's just flowing in.
Yeah.
This is a good.
I like
this is
how-
a good reminder for GMs
All
to
right,
keep
finally.
on track because you can't
Oh.
trust players.
I'm like,
No,
and
we'll
chat
take-
silent,
we'll
not coming in,
We'll
having
take
my
everything
back.
we can get.
Then Warped comes in,
Hey,
having players back. No, it was 9 zeros.
All right.
now, hey, Bess, we appreciate that you're trying to get the truth out there for the good of the city. But if you could do us a favor, keep your ear to the ground, and if any of this starts blowing back our way, you drop us a line, okay? Because we're also putting our neck out here to drop you this info.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what kind of safe holds or the contingencies you have for protecting your sources, if that is a thing that you practice at IMG.
I mean, absolutely. We don't want to bust our sources open and ruin the credibility of how we get our material. I want to keep that going, and we've got to have some trust there. But why don't Bud and Allie both give me a conversation roll? Let me know what each of you get.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I'm so good at conversation with my monotone gravel.
It's soothing.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe it's like too soon.
I have
though.
I have a base 5, so that's a pretty good roll for me.
I'm gonna add 1 luck point. It's a 14, not so good. Slightly better than Bud.
Your skill level is as high as my entire base, so.
I would like to make a persuasion roll, and I'm going to add 3 luck points to it.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's
What are
times
you
like this
persuading?
where
What are you trying to persuade her of? Ooh.
Oh, you'll
that
see.
we're interesting.
I rolled a 19.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Through the conversation,
plan?
she just lightly at least says to Ali and Bud, yeah, we protect our sources, and obviously if I hear some more backlash or things come up, I'll let you know. I mean, obviously, she looks towards Rush. If you give me a call, I'll have your number. I'll contact you sometime, and if anything comes up, we can bring it up. I do kind of get rumors here and there. That's kind of how it led me to contacting you all in the first place. She looks to you, Hades. Yeah.
But I noticed that I don't have your number.
Oh.
And Hades pulls out like a pad of paper that has like kittens all over it, and like a pen that has like a little cactus on the end that wiggles back and forth like on a little spring. And
Excellent play.
it's like brightly colored, and she's gonna write it down, and she's gonna tear it off with flourish, and then like slide it across. It's very neon, very bright, like cartoons all over it.
You know,
Is it like Legally Blonde where it's scented?
Oh yes, it smells like bubblegum. And she's just like,
well, I noticed I didn't get your number, but just in case, this is my number.
Oh.
I respect the play.
You're very persuasive, and I hope she looks towards Rush. This isn't going to make things weird between all of us, or I don't know, maybe we all hang out sometime? She takes a number and puts it in her purse.
Oh god, if you only knew how weird it could get.
Let's just say you hit the jackpot with Hades here.
Okay, now
Bud's just shaking his head.
Now you're making me worried. But it's fine. I
Making who worried? Rob or Bessie?
both. And probably the people in Syrinscape watching.
Quota. We're getting close to the wire here, guys. The adult content.
But yeah,
Come
if we have a deal, if we could just transfer any files, if she kind of busts out a backup drive. She says, if you could transfer any files that you have, any evidence, if you've got any copies of your brain dances that you can hand over, and the information on how we can transfer the virus, just get me all that, and I'll get on this right away.
And I'll tell you that information about transferring the virus right away, because you're going to need to be on top of this.
Wait, can we get the Eddies first?
Oh yeah,
You'll
that's
pay us.
you know what. How about we confirm that transfer first?
Yeah,
That's what my 2 points of business got
most
me.
definitely. She goes on her agent, and you hear it kind of coming into hers, and then she transfers over. I take it, Rush, you give her... she transfers it over to Hades. She already has Hades' number. And she says, well, considering I already have your number, bling, and you got the 8,500 Hades.
Excellent. Can I...
And just to be completely honest, I wasn't really going to say anything because it wasn't really some of the rumors I was following, but it is kind of part of this. And since we're kind of getting friendly, Hades, I did catch some rumors that Continental Brands, I guess, found remnants of your presence in one of their systems in the sorting facility. And I guess they know that you're part of what was cracking this case. Now, I know it was all coming down on District PD, and you guys are, off the books. If I'm wrong or right, maybe you correct me on that, but that's kind of what I was picking up on with these rumors. But I think, Hades, you might want to be a little careful around Continental Brands, because they did find you in their system.
That's very good information to have. Thanks, Bessie.
My rumors are usually pretty on, so...
Yeah. While Rush is kind of giving her or explaining to her the kind of weight limit kind of thing for the virus to remain potent, can Ali ask Hades to scrub the audio and faces from the BD
Yeah, and that
before it's handed over?
yeah, and that won't be that difficult. Give me your interface roll. It'll be super easy. If you crit fail, it'll suck, but otherwise you shouldn't have a problem with your base. Even it's gonna be super easy. And you'll absolutely have time to do it too, because it's during the time Rush is explaining, like Ali said. So that was tactful.
Yeah, and was there any thought on if we wanted to? I guess we don't want to replace it with anything now because we didn't have a chance to think about it.
It's also just like, I think, the best truth is the best action here. Like, we're not trying to be sneaky. We just want to try and cut any ties necessarily to ourselves, knowing that there's still a big risk anyway.
With the exception of Hades, like, yeah, I was gonna say Hades, like what you were saying with Dan in the chat, that Hades thinking back on whether she left a big image of herself flipping off the company like she did over in Neo Nola, of herself in the hologram. It's like, I wonder. So everyone's being incognito and trying to be sneaky about it. And Hades is flashing lights and talking in intercoms and hologramming herself and like
rolling around like not her.
That's so funny.
You also got to love a world where a fast food mass food company has the possibility of sending hit squads after you.
Right.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's like the Walmart hit squad comes after you.
Why can't they be tactful and
That
like
is
under the
world.
radar in their tactics, like McDonald's and fast food joints of now, by just tactfully giving you like diabetes and killing you slow or something?
Yeah.
They got to be all like just in your face with a hit squad. It's so whatever.
Yeah. If you're gonna kill me to my face.
Right. Yeah. Warp says, "Give us a bad Yelp review, will you?" They have a special division of corporate assassins that deal with bad Yelp reviewers.
Are you food blogger 69? Yes.
You were.
But what did you roll, Hades? What did you get on that interface?
An 11.
Nice, perfect, yeah. So Rush, why don't you describe to Bessie? She's taking her notes in her agent. She's like, actually, do you mind if I record this while you explain how we need to do the transfer?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Okay, perfect.
So with the voices.
Tell.
She hits record on the agent. Whenever you're ready. And
All
while
right,
you're
I'm just
explaining it, Hades is working on that cover up on the BD.
Cool. I'm just having my coffee.
All right. Did you want me to actually explain it out loud, or?
Yeah. If we could have, if I want to record this and make sure I have exactly what we need to do to get this transferred.
Yeah. All right.
Pipe up. Rush, don't forget to go into every detail so they don't miss any of the important steps.
Yep, I understand. The important thing to know is that this is not going to survive, and anything that weighs less than 1,200 to 1,500 kilograms, if I remember right. And you guys,
I'm not familiar with kilograms, but okay. We'll get that handled. I'm sure there's a smart
and
tech.
US still hasn't gone metric.
I'm sure we have a smart tech working somewhere that can figure that out. We got it covered.
yeah, I mean, it's just something we use up in Canada and the rest of the world, but
And the rest of the world. My agent says it's like around 3,000 to 4,000 pounds. That doesn't sound right. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably going to be more like 800 kilograms or something, I think is...
okay, all right.
But regardless, yeah, I get the
In the
idea.
weeds,
Or like
I guess.
800 kilograms.
Elephants.
I need the exact... No.
I'd like to roll a history.
Animal handling.
Animal handling. Yeah. I would not do well with animal handling. But yeah, so it has to be in some sort of a living organism that weighs this much minimum.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to die. The creature is going to die, and the sample is not going to remain sustainable. Now, I don't know why they chose cows originally, but I think it's just because of weight and availability. Would you be able to get a hold of something like that? Anyway, I guess I don't need to know that. The whole point is that that's the only way this is going to work. Now, if you want this to really take, I suggest you make the cow a really good meal. Make sure that it's got this virus in it. Make sure that it's spread all the way through. Something the cow's going to want to eat all of it. Now, make sure the cow's relaxed. Its body's going to receive, the virus, and maybe give it a massage.
I think they like some classic music.
Maybe some classic music or something like that. Now, look, I know it seems silly, but it's just my own personal theory. I think the cow would receive the virus much easier if it's feeling relaxed, instead of stressed. It might throw up its meal. I mean, cows are known for throwing up anyway. They got a whole bunch of stomachs or something like that. They just keep it in their mouth. But yeah, five whole stomachs in there. Anyway, as I was saying, do you want me to keep going?
The black goo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be fully suited up to handle the cow afterwards, because it will be very viable and spread. It can't spread human to human, but absolutely you need to be super careful when handling this cow. Oh my god, American accents. Because I looked up kilograms, isn't it?
Can't cow.
You can't handle the cow.
Okay, so then my rumors are right. This thing is really volatile, and I mean, is it full on rubber gloves and goggles or hazmat suits? I mean, how extreme should we get? Oh, really? Okay.
Full suit.
Hazmat suits.
Suit.
Full safety.
You'll see in the files the protocols they had for it at the facility they were using. They had the actual stock sectioned off from the main lab, and anyone who was working with the stock was fully hazmated. So yeah, they took it seriously. I suggest you do too.
I'm glad I didn't take a closer look back in that alleyway when you guys were up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you'd be pooping everywhere.
Wow. Okay. Drink. And
Man.
Okay, now this sounds serious. I'm gonna send the info over, and can you got the files transferred? That'd be great. She looks to you, Hades. You hand over her drive. You got it all covered.
And for you, I went ahead and I just put a little picture of myself on there. Oh, I put a little picture of myself on there so you wouldn't.
So subtle. So subtle.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
I think we know how Continental Foods found out who was behind the hack. So I guess that's one mystery solved.
There's just Hades ASCII art in there.
Yeah, it's just so many GIFs.
Well,
so many GIF sets of Hades.
Well, that just leaves the sample. How can I get a sample if it's as toxic as you're saying? Initially I was going to have the guys maybe send over someone to hook up the trailer and drive it out of here. But now if we have to get a sample, I'm going to need to get somebody out here with a hazmat suit.
If you can get some of the bodily fluid in a tube or something that is, you seal it up. You remain in the hazmat suit. Don't touch the substance, but it's got a lot of how do I say this? Dripping black goo leaking from its orifices.
Oh.
So if you collect some of that, you should be in business.
So if we take it to be destroyed, we can make a quick stop on the way if you have someone who's, a tech who's rated for hazardous materials. Nip in, get your sample, and we'll carry on to the incinerator. How does that sound?
That works for me. Let me just check with the guys, make sure I can line this up. Would you be
Little
able
rendezvous.
to? Okay, and we can take care of this right away.
Perfect.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, well, we don't want to leave an infectious cow in a Night City alleyway for too long. I mean, obviously breakfast is more important, but
Yeah, she
Oh god, our priorities are so messed up.
she steps out.
Edrunners, man, this is classic Edrunner behavior.
Yeah.
Food first.
She steps out
Yeah.
to make another phone call just to kind of try to line all that up. And Donna comes back over with the bill, puts it down. If there's nothing else, here's the bill, y'all. She walks away.
Oh,
Thanks,
hey, just a
Donna.
little bit more eye sharpener, Donna.
Eye sharpener? Is that what you call coffee?
Eye sharpener.
Yeah, all I could think was like eyeliner that you just stab directly into your eye.
It's a cool colloquialism. Give me a break.
No, I like it. I like it a lot.
You like it? Okay.
Yeah, it's a very evocative, visceral colloquialism.
Full disclosure, I took it from a very, very friendly maitre d' in a hotel in New England when I stayed there once.
Oh my god. I
The
love
kind
it.
of person, so he came round the breakfast buffet every morning. He was the kind of guy who knew every single guest's name and then used it 100 times. So he came up to my dad and he would come round with the coffee pot and go, "More eye sharpener, Tim," and I've never forgotten it.
He
It's
needs to
great.
be
That's
he
funny.
needs to be an NPC.
Yeah. American hospitality. There's nothing quite like it.
They actually give a shit.
She comes back,
yeah,
tops
yeah,
it off
like-
for you. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then
Thanks, Donna.
Bessie comes back in. She says, "Yeah, the guy said we can stop at one of their private labs. It's actually not far from here. It's just kind of on the edge of the glen. They've got a spot. If you guys are heading that way, hopefully we can swing by there. They'll scoop up a sample. I told them to have the guys in hazmat. They said they already have a full setup to deal with toxic materials and stuff, so that's not a problem. They'll grab a sample. You
Who's
guys can be
they?
on your way." It's one of the
IMG have this?
Yeah, IMG works with.
IMG have their own lab?
Well, they have a third-party lab that they work with before, so they
Okay, cool.
they just set it up.
All right.
We're gonna unleash a plague by accident.
Worth the money.
Cal's already out
yes,
of the bag.
Well, I was going to say, yes, it's worth the money, but also it's very good for an Edrunner team like us to have access to a media.
Yes.
Having someone who can actually credibly put information to the city to like either enhance, repair, or our reputations or destroy someone else's is really valuable.
Yeah. Plus, we're not gonna just sit on this information.
I don't think it would be a very satisfying end to be like, be safe. Let's just not. Let's just.
You're
Scary.
right.
It's
Just
scary.
don't.
Repeated for that. To just
Just
not.
don't do it.
I mean, there might be consequences. I want just my character. My character just wants to live in a nice house on the prairie.
What skill check do I need for a good nap? and a glass of warm milk, please. Maybe some
I
pud.
would love
Maybe some
that.
pud.
Maybe
pud.
some pud. Some Christmas pud.
Christmas pud.
There's
All
gotta
right.
be an RPG out there somewhere where your aim of the game is just to have a nice time.
Right.
Humans and ghosts.
But yeah, she sets it up. You know, IMG they work with different third party techs and labs and things like that that they've used to break different stories. Just like I'm sure they have hookups to other factories, mechanics, things like that. But they lined it up. You guys can head over there, drop, get the sample dropped off, or let them take a sample, I should say. Bessie says, this is where we're going to part. Here's the address. Just stop by there. They'll get the sample. I'm going to start working on this evidence and putting together the story to crack it. I know you said you wanted to be anonymous. You want to keep all sources under wraps. But if anything else comes to mind, anything that you saw or that you did along the way, any other evidence, anything that you want to be attached to or do, an actual quote, anything to help my story, hit me up anytime. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll be in touch no matter what. She kind of looks over to Russian Hades and just does a little grin.
Oh, and Bessie, if anyone comes gunning for you, you give me a call as well. That's my specialty.
Oh, do you have a card, or can I get your contact? Because I could always use help with that. I've had a few run-ins myself, and she pulls her dress slightly open, and you can see half of her chest all the way down is just all cyberware. Like she's had some serious shit go down at one point. She's I could
That's
definitely.
Gnarly. Don't worry, Rush handles my contracts most of the time, so just call him.
Oh,
I do.
I will.
Here's my cup.
2.
Now,
Now I'm just feeling a little left out.
As if you don't have
mean-
enough enough admirers.
No, I don't. There's never enough.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's like you don't. It's like you don't even get it.
But yeah, she says, we'll definitely be in touch. I really appreciate it, and thanks for the offer as well. And hopefully we'll be working together soon. Look out for my article. When you see that news break, just know that you helped that happen, and we're holding people accountable. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
She gets up.
No worries. Watch your
Thanks.
back.
She leaves.
Well, no good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah, I'm sure we can be ready for the poop to hit the fan.
Drink.
Okay, I mean, in that sense, I wasn't specifically talking about.
No, I know. But they give the people what they
The
want.
poop had to come from somewhere. Give them what they want,
The poop
regardless if it hits the fan.
Yeah.
Music is they're gonna play for the cow.
What's that?
What?
What kind of music do you think they're gonna play for the cow?
I think we said classical music,
your
like
classical
piano,
music. Yeah,
something
some
with an overture.
More importantly, you guys can pay the bill. You can make your way to this lab. Everything kind of goes smooth, and just as Bessie described, just these guys come out, get a sample. They seem pretty just cut and dry and cold about it, just analytical. They get the sample, they go in, they're doing their job. Now the important question, what are you doing with the cow? You handed over the
gotta
evidence, you
sell
did
it
everything you're
somewhere.
supposed to get rid
Did
of this
Nash
cow.
give us? Yeah, did Nash give us any indication of how we were meant to destroy this cow?
I think
or
the
I think he
word-
just kind of.
Yeah, the word he used from council was discreetly, I think. Yeah,
So
I think you're just
whichever.
supposed to...
Jeez, Nash, thanks so much. I guess we won't take a flamethrower to it in the middle of Night City.
Well, we gotta burn this trailer too. Maybe out in the Badlands.
In the courtyard of Continental
Well-
Brands headquarters?
Well, yeah. Either the
Send
Badlands or the
send
hot
a
zone, right?
message. Yeah.
We
Well,
could
I
drive
mean,
into the hot. We could burn it in the hot zone. I mean,
if we knew any kind of crematorium that we could just shove it in, but I mean,
yeah.
to
I
be
mean,
a pretty
maybe.
wide one.
Like a hospital, like a medical center might have a crematorium for, bio
Yeah.
waste.
Taking a fully viral cow through a hospital.
Large
Seems-
cow too.
Usually the crematorium's not in the hospital.
No, but it might be like you might have to
Yeah.
go through the same kind of courtyard. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Well,
Go
those are my
through to
ideas.
get in.
Just take it to the hot zone and set it on fire. I don't know. I'm not a guy with the contacts. I just shoot people.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, we could just burn it out in the hotlands. Make sure the hot zone, and make sure that I mean, that's pretty discreet, right? No one's gonna see us. We don't need to do any wheeling and dealing.
I would say that it would make sense, that Rush being a fixer, knows of a couple options here. To
I was
typically
gonna say.
get rid of, bodies or things like that. Maybe it hasn't been a huge cow before, but there's definitely been times when bodies need to come up missing, We'll say you have an option to take it to an old junkyard car lot that used to be kind of like the compact cars. It's in the combat zone, we'll say, on the edge of South Night City. South Night City, maybe where it hits the old combat zone, or towards that part of it, maybe. And it's an old junkyard lot. They have a compactor you have the hook up there to the old dude who runs it. He's been there since, the 2020 days. He's a real old guy, just kind of minds his own business and is known for takes his money, turns the cheek. People can drop whatever they want in the compactor and it runs down, and then there's like this acid wash that runs over it. It's a modern compactor, disinfects it, should clean it all up.
Right. I was going to say, because otherwise it's just
it just squares it. Kicks out a cube. You can box it up, ship it to the Continental Brands.
You just juiced the cow.
Juices.
Yeah, but it's only bad for 24 hours.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, you can absolutely do that. The other option, like I said, you have two. There's another one too. We'll say I don't have it in front of me, but the Nomad clan, and we'll figure it out. I'll get those details. But there's a Nomad clan that borderlines on some shady transport stuff. Maybe not so much on the noble side of Nomad transport, and they have a way that they kind of get rid of things like that. They've used it for cargo, bodies, things, but that one isn't in the combat zone or in the city. That's a little bit outside the city in the Badlands. They have a big pit. They dump things in, chemical wash, set it ablaze, things like that. So same type of methods, but completely different styles. Which one do you think you guys will go for?
I mean,
you can discuss it too if you want.
There is something nice in that, yes, the Nomad clan are less reputable, but we are taking this thing out to the Badlands, so less visibility, less kind of means of getting back to us. I don't know, that might be more discreet, but then also it might just be better to do it quick and fast.
With one guy.
With a reliable source.
Cubit.
That one guy yeah. Hades?
I mean...
Cubit.
Cubit.
You want a cubit?
Juice it. No. It's so horrible.
Should we? Yeah, I mean, I agree. The less people know about it, the better. I think if we just take it to this one guy who's like Mr. Discreet, has been doing it for 20 years and never had his reputation ruined for secrecy. Plus, Cubit.
I think that's our course of action.
All right, cool.
All right.
Well, then that's the decision you make, and we'll say, it goes as planned with Rush. You've used this guy in the past, here and there. It's reputable. What's that, Allie?
Can someone put a bullet in the cow first, please? I don't want it to go.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that was one thing that's one thing I was going to get to, is the fact that,
Okay.
like we said in session 0, I don't like to get into details when it comes, human violence. Yeah, people are people are jerks.
Oh, yeah.
Let's describe that in detail. But when it comes to poor little animals, I don't want to. So we're going to brush over that, and I like Allie even adding in a little bit of flavor there. You kind of put it out of its misery, get it taken care of, washed out. It no longer has to live in suffering, being this host. You know what I mean? So you kind of put it out of its misery, get rid of the evidence in the process. The guy you've worked for before just kind of turns his cheek, doesn't even ask you any questions about it. What was that, Hades?
I said I believe Bud is actually going to play it away on the harmonica too.
Oh, that's right. Give me a harmonica skill check. Let's see.
Sing us
let me know what
song.
you get on that. I forgot you dumped a little bit into harmonica.
Man.
Yes, I sunk all of 20 improvement points into harmonica +1.
Oh, Bud. What a stand-up guy.
They never fade away for us.
There's a 10. There's a 10. Not bad.
That's not bad. Hey, it's better than you got better than the last time you played it during the travel trip out to the Dixie a few sessions ago.
Right.
You actually, people can actually recognize the song you're trying to play a little bit now.
Right.
What are you playing?
As what Wolf suggests, I'm going to play Amazing Grace.
Nice.
I mean, it's as good as any kind of send-off, I think, that any of these cows have been
It's true.
granted, So at least it's got a little bit of dignity.
Absolutely.
And that's that.
And there you go. So yeah.
And that's that on that.
Yeah, and that will actually wrap the session. That'll wrap the session 1 of Time to Hustle. Keep in mind, you've made the decision on what you're doing with the evidence, the sample. You put your twist on it with the sample, negotiating money. Make sure you track the money that you got, divvy that up. That's going into play now that that Betsy's working on that story, like she said. You were able to get rid of the cow, and you did it in a nice way, nice send-off, but even with some music. What I'm going to say is next week's session is going to be session 2 of Time to Hustle, but we're going to basically say a week passes. We're all going to do a hustle roll on camera. Everybody's going to get a little side hustle. What I'm going to do with that, just so everybody does know, look at the hustle table. Think of different stories behind all the options. When we do the roll next week, I'm going to have, like, for instance, somebody's going to roll it, then we're going to go to the next person to roll it before the first person describes what their hustle was. That way, as it goes around the table, everybody has a couple minutes, or at least a few seconds, to think about it. And then everybody's going to describe, go in as much detail as you want, the more the better. What you did during that week, during that side hustle to make that money. We'll calculate that in the roll. And then if we can kind of intertwine some of these side hustles into each character, maybe some NPCs, we'll see what I come up with. But that's what we'll do next week. A week passes, we'll do the whole hustle thing.
And Rob, like, so there's probably some various things I would like to spend on, maybe cyberware to invest in, or gear to buy. Do you want to still, if I come with like an idea of the things that I want, we can kind of work that into next week as well, find out whether it's available, find the right Ripper doc. Rather than do it off screen, we'll just sort of integrate it into the session. Yeah,
absolutely. And what we'll do is, we'll go over the hustle. We'll go to knock that out, because then that money gets added to the pool of everybody's money. Then you can explain, what you want to do as far as getting, weapons, gear, cyberware, therapy, any things you want to spend the money on. And we can even add in another week if that's what it takes to do these things. If people need to get cyberware installed, do things like that, we can totally put in another week to recover if there needs to be therapy. You know what I mean? We'll be flexible with it. We don't have to quickly get into the next campaign. We can naturally get there and allow the characters to breathe and develop. That'll be awesome. That's a good idea.
I want to get some cyberware too, so maybe we can have a spa day, bud.
we can find ourselves a good Ripper doc and hang out together. Yeah, that sounds fun. And for anyone who cares about this sort of things, I have decided that the pistol that I got, if anyone remembers, is a very fancy, chromed up pistol. It's an Eagle Tech. It's an Eagle Tech. I'm gonna say it's an Eagle Tech Talon. So anyone who's a cyberpunk gun guru, you know who it's from now.
Nice, that's awesome.
No worries.
Yeah, and what we'll do, we can even get some imagery for some of these goodies and stuff. I had a couple ideas and things that I'm working on. I also want to get that solo picture of Bud, so we can get that "Come Meet Bud" image going. That'll complete the set. Then everybody can collect them all. You know what I mean?
Ellen, let's do that. Let's do that this week.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Awesome. All right.
So yeah, I want to thank everybody in chat for tuning in and joining us live as you always do. I want to thank everybody. Hey, what's up? We're officially live. Everybody can see us now. Hopefully everybody can hear us as well and nobody's muted.
Hello.
Everybody test their mic. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello. And thanks everybody tuning into the chat nice and early. I saw y'all in there. I really appreciate that. This is the weekly Syrinscape official Cyberpunk RED gameplay. We do this every Thursday. This is going to be session 2 of the Time to Hustle campaign, I guess you could call it. This is kind of downtime. In Cyberpunk RED, there's something called downtime in between campaigns where you have a chance to, buy things, get therapy, do your side hustle to make some extra cash if you have a week. So we'll get into that in a moment. We wanted to play that out for everybody. But before we get there, let's go around the table. Everybody introduce yourselves, tell people where they can find you online, and then introduce your character as well. Rockette Fox, you want to start it off?
Hello, everybody. I am Rockette Fox. You can find me anywhere Rockette Foxes can be found, but usually on Instagram and my own channel, twitch.tv/Rockette Fox, where I am now on this brand new streaming rig that I built myself. Very proud. That's right. And also I have a podcast called Fantastically Strange, both fantastic and strange. I am a little behind on new episode updates, but I just got a whole new set of interviews lined up, and I am super excited. So those are going to be coming very soon, including some that would be like a death midwife and things like that. So be sure to stay tuned. And that is on all of your podcasting locations. Fantastically Strange. And I tonight am playing Hades, your absolutely favorite Netrunner that you've ever come across. Because if not, I will kill you.
No.
But yeah, just doing the thing that I'm always doing, hanging out, being cool, hacking into everybody's stuff, just that sort of thing.
Maybe biting some faces off every once in a while, right?
Only when they deserve it.
I think I saw that happen once. Yeah, and what's
That
up,
is sometimes
Chuggy, entering the
true.
chat there, and Warped. Make sure that if your chili's ready, bring enough for all of chat. Pass it around.
Yeah, don't threaten us with a good time.
Yeah,
You get a chili emoji now.
I know. Phil,
Yeah.
Phil, why don't you take the mic?
Hey.
Hey.
Probably just blew everyone's eardrums out. Hi.
Rip. Rip.
RIP headphone users. Hi, I'm Phil. I'm part of Baby Beard Media, along with Ellen over there. She's diagonally up from me this time because we're in the diner. Yeah, we're part of Baby Beard Media. We're an Aussie group who does RPG stuff, TTRPG stuff in the form of our awesome podcast called Roll to Cast, which also is on all the podcast places wherever a podcast is created or found. And that's a different season, a different story every season with a different system, different storyteller. Check us out now for some Kids on Bikes, which is starting to get a little bit mysterious even as we speak. And tonight I'm playing Bud solo.
Perfect. Brandon.
I am Brandon Perkins, also known as DM_Brando, and I should be found as DM_Brando on all the socials. However, if there's someone else that's DM_Brando, they're an imposter, and they need to go out the airlock. So, I play with Rob Smith every Monday night. I play here every Thursday night, and I GM Fallout on Cyberpunk Uncensored every Tuesday with Ellen and Rob when we just did episode 1, and it was amazing. And tomorrow, in the afternoon, my time, 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be playing a Mad Queens channel, and Rob is GMing there, and it's going to be super fun. There may be some Soylent Green to be had. We'll have to see what happens.
Very true. Very true. Ellen. Oh yeah, and your character. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Cut you
and
off.
I play Rush. I'm a fixer.
Perfect.
I hope it's vegetarian Soylent Green.
Highly doubtful.
Oh no, it's vegan Soylent Green, even better.
Oh, made
Well,
from real vegans.
Yeah, made from a real vegan that Jerry the Ghoul might even know. Hey, is that Carl? But all right, Ellen.
Hi, I'm Ellen. As Phil mentioned, who sits below me, I am also one quarter of Baby Beard Media. As he said, check out our TTRPG podcast, but we also have a pretty kickin' YouTube channel which does daily uploads. That's right, daily uploads of Let's Plays, and we play some of your favorite RPGs, some of our favorite RPGs. We've done Dragon Age, we've done Knights of the Old Republic, we have done Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, which we've actually seen right through to the end. So make sure you hop on YouTube, give us a like and a subscribe, or I'll haunt you in your dreams. I also play Fallout with the lovely. I can't figure out which way I point.
You got it. That's it. Brandon. There you go.
There's Brandon, and there's Rob.
A little bit.
Like there?
No, a little bit the other way. Yay! You got me.
Yay! I also play Fallout with Brandon and Rob, which is a super fun time. And I will be shortly joining another playthrough of Paranoia, run by Don't Forget Your Towels podcast. So check out that. And I am playing Alley Katz, the rocker of your dreams.
Oh, yeah. And I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the game master here. I'm also the founder of Cyberpunk Uncensored. So make sure you check out Cyberpunk Uncensored on Twitch and on YouTube. Give me a follow. Give a subscribe. We do lots of gameplay, like Brandon said, every Tuesday he's running Fallout that I get to play. So excited about that. It's been a lot of fun. Session 1 was awesome. And then tomorrow on Fridays, I GM for Mad Queen on her YouTube channel at noon. So check that out, and that's Pacific time. But I also run monthly games on the Cyberpunk Uncensored channel, a couple different monthlies. I'm getting ready to start up some Dune, I think at the end of this month or beginning of September, depending on timing. And Phil will be joining me. Rockette Fox will be joining me. We got a couple others. So we'll get into that eventually. But aside from Cyberpunk Uncensored, make sure you show support to Syrinscape. It's the reason we're all here. Make sure you follow and subscribe to Syrinscape on both Twitch and on YouTube. And then check out the website. Check out how awesome the tools are to make sounds for your gameplay, whether you're playing at the table in person or digitally like we are right here on the internet. So, now that all the promos are done and we did all the plugs, let's get into the session. Like I said, this last week's session and this session is called Time to Hustle. The team got done basically with the first campaign called Don't Have a Cow, and the first downtime after the campaign, the team went to the diner. They had to decide what to do with the cow and evidence because council wanted them to destroy it and get rid of evidence, be discreet. They want to brush it under the rug, let Biotechnica keep working on what they're working on. They're trying to do good. Just forget about Continental Brands, doing a little cleanup, killing some people, just chalk it up. Maybe someone made money off the body lotto, who cares? They gave a little bit of money to Tumble because Dreads died, so they feel like that's okay now. So just very dark dystopian Night City style environment. But the team had to make the decision: are they, destroying it, brushing it under the rug, or are they gonna expose it to a media that basically confronted them and wanted to pay them to basically break the story and work on that and follow some of their rumors and such, which they did. You gave her a sample, you gave her all the evidence, and then got rid of the cow. So she went on, and it's been a couple weeks. She must be working on the case. You haven't heard much about it yet, but you got a little bit of downtime now after going through all that. The past 2 weeks, you basically got to spend a week doing a hustle, make a little bit of side cash, buy some gear, cyberware, things that you want to get. You also have a chance to get some therapy. I'll allow it to be 2 weeks if we need to add in some therapy, which I think Rush did some therapy. So we'll say you had a week downtime to work a little bit, then maybe a week to do therapy, get cyberware, stuff like that. And now you're at the end of that. You're hitting the weekend. This weekend, Rush is planning on putting together a night market. So maybe you might talk about that at the diner for a moment. When we get into the next campaign starting next week, we're going to start right where this ends, going into the weekend. Maybe we'll say like he spend Friday and Saturday getting it all together. We'll start the session on Sunday during the day, and that night is when Rush is going to throw his night market, and we'll kind of start the campaign with that. I think that'll be a lot of fun to see Rush in his element. He went up ranks. He's able to throw a night market, and we'll talk about that off camera a little bit because you have options on where you want to throw it, how you want to set it up, and we can kind of preset some of that up so Rush is prepared when we step into that campaign to throw a night market.
Rush knows what he's doing, but I don't. So
exactly, exactly. We got to get there. We'll get there.
How we all feel.
Wait, you're not the same person?
See, when
it's close enough.
Hell yeah. But yeah. So that's what we'll do. We'll basically start it there next week. That being said, you just had a week of the hustle. You had a week of that downtime for either therapy, getting stuff. You're finally meeting up together now at the diner. You kind of made that plan. Hey, let's take a couple weeks, hustle, get things done for ourselves, take some personal time, get back together at the diner. Just to recap, check in with each other. We know Rush is going to be throwing a night market this weekend, so let's get together and hang out for that at least, So let me get the Syrinscape sounds going.
Oh, yeah. Let me get my player going.
Oh, yeah. Well, here, let me stop it because I think it won't play if you open it. Let me know when you have your player open and I'll start it up.
It's like synchronizing watches, but synchronizing.
Yeah, I think once you get it playing,
Syrinscape.
yeah, you have to have the players open so they sync, and then I can control it and kind of rock it. You good to go?
It is up.
All right.
Mine's up.
Here we go. All right, cool. So yeah, like I said, you all have basically went back to that 24-hour diner. You are, all loaded up with new cyberware, new gear, weapons, anything that you had to do over the past weeks. We're gonna roll on the hustle table in a moment. We'll get to the hustle and stuff. What I would like to do first is have you all meet up at the table, just saying hi. It's been a couple weeks, and knowing that Rush is going to be throwing his night market. Let's at least do that. But y'all get to the table.
What's up?
How's it go?
Oh, nice to. I can't get the glasses on under my wig. Sorry. There we are. Sorry, everyone.
What's your tech hair doing today? Seems to be malfunctioning on you.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd change it up. I'm not used to having longer hair. But, you know, I figured... well, we've, basically put a big target on our heads, so time for a new aesthetic, right?
Yeah, I mean, get used to it.
Well, that is part of my life, I think, putting a big target on me.
Shoot
Speaking
here.
of, I've been working on some bids.
What about you, Hades?
Yeah,
You're
how
awful
you feeling?
quiet.
Tired.
Tired.
You know, the job of a good netrunner is never done, and you know, I mean, I don't really get a lot of sleep when I'm away from you people. It's not like I get a
Wait,
lot
you
of
gotta.
with you
You
people
don't
either.
get. I was gonna say you don't get to sleep. You don't get to sleep without us.
Or with you. I don't really sleep a lot, just in general.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know
it's,
what you're talking about.
Hades.
You always, you know, that sense that you're always on the edge of madness. That whole thing.
You're one to talk, bud. Bud, bud, bud,
Uh.
bud, bud, bud.
Mine's a kind of quiet madness.
I don't think that anyone has ever referred to me as quiet. Thank you.
No, I think Bud was referring to himself.
Yeah, mine's quiet.
Yeah.
Yours is a very bold madness.
Yeah. That's true.
And as the only
We love it. We love it.
Well, you
And,
better.
Saved butts more than once.
I was gonna say you seem to be the only sane member of this group. Rush, how are you doing?
Same.
Speaking of sane, I got a little bit of therapy.
Oh,
Ooh. Did they have
Who
your
you-
Oh, did they wave the clock in front of your eyes?
They did some weird BD therapy. I've never done anything like that before.
oh yeah, I do a bit of that kind of therapy.
It's a little bit different from yours.
I bet.
Yeah, I think somehow I'm less expensive. Crazy.
That seems about right.
I mean, not crazy. I mean, weird. Can I get a coffee?
Yeah, it's a-
None
Maybe there's
taken.
some whiskey in there or something.
But
Did it
yeah.
work?
Yeah, I feel like it worked really well actually, because you know, I after everything we'd been through, that whole bathtub thing really stuck in my head.
What's that thing?
You know, the one where we all woke up naked
zip-tied,
in
and
the
gagged.
bathtub.
And Allie's face opened up as well. That was pretty traumatizing.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind of ate a dude.
big guy
And-
can't
and-
handle a cyber snake. Is that it?
And Hades, I mean, you were snacking on some guy's face for a little bit, weren't you?
At that time. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so there was that.
Maybe I do need therapy.
I highly recommend it. It was very
Yeah.
effective.
Wait, so what was in the thing? What did they show you? Like, what did you experience? Did they tie you down? Was there chains?
You only
was
have to
electric
talk about
Drugs?
as-
Electricity?
Did they drill into your head?
Rush, you only have to talk about what you feel comfortable with. Okay, don't let.
Oh, that's no fun.
Well, the BD was really interesting. They after every session, they would kind of reprogram and rewrite this BD to include stuff from the previous session, right? So if I talked about a family member, then they would actually find like photos of the family member and they would bring them in there. And so I would be able to confront them, talk about stuff from a childhood. It was amazing. Just wild stuff.
Who'd you use?
Do a lot of confronting.
Oh, well, I went to this guy, Bill Starsky.
Starsky, huh?
Starsky, yeah.
Everyone's like making notes in the agent.
Yeah, I was literally writing it down.
It's so hard to find a good shrink in this town, man.
Oh,
Most
hey.
of them are.
Are you trying to get service, or is this part of your new yoga?
Yoga?
Just one arm up.
Well, I mean, I've never done you. Oh, so.
What was that?
I wanted to ask Rush a question.
Yeah.
Did you speak in the Canadian?
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Is that when he regresses?
Reliving memories.
Traumatizing for you.
I need to know how to envision all of this in my head when I think about it later.
Oh, yeah. There were maple leaves.
And lots
Maple
of
syrup everywhere.
There's maple syrup. And hockey sticks. Good.
Do they still play hockey up there? I thought it was just they'd gotten rid of the actual puck and it was just a fighting on ice now.
Oh, well, the sticks are still involved in the fighting, so.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they used to not be able to use the sticks. So I'm glad the game's evolving.
Well,
it's evolving. It's better than ever.
It's important.
Last time I was up there, I saw that someone was using the puck is like a little grenade, essentially. So instead of you're still passing it around, but it's kind of like you want that to be as far away from you as possible. It's pretty dope.
I should get back into hockey. That sounds great.
Yeah. They're experimenting with one where it takes a certain number of impacts before it explodes. So it's not a timer on this one.
Oh.
It's just, like 30 hits and then bam.
God, we should go to a game sometime.
Maybe we should.
Have that night sing? Do they do that here? I haven't really been into the sport stick lately. Ever.
It doesn't show, Hades. It doesn't show.
But I want to see people fighting with each other, and I like explosions, so.
I mean, you don't need to watch hockey to watch people fighting with each other. This is Night City. But if you want a bit more pageantry to it, I don't mind the sports stick, as they call it.
Yeah, and like if people are fighting with each other, and then people win. Nobody, like, you don't, when we see people fighting on, like, the streets and stuff, people don't get, like, awards for it, really. Not that I've seen. I guess we could bring awards with us. We could give people awards.
Yeah. I mean, in the Banshees, we did have a kind of award system, but it was less gold stickers and more guys' teeth.
Oh, teeth. That's a good system. I like that.
Bill Starsky, you say, is this therapist, huh?
Yep, Bill Starsky.
Yeah. Maybe worth checking out. Not to... I feel like we haven't really talked about it, but... I mean, the elephant in the room. I feel like seeing Dreads get flatlined really fucked me up. How else to say it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel great about that. I just thought it was...
Yeah, we should have been more cautious. I can't have thinking that was our fault for thinking we could just talk our way through there.
I mean,
I feel like we let it happen.
If not for that order, we might have been able to get away scot-free, but yeah, it was just unlucky. But, not to bring the mood down. I don't know. I can't talk to it really about. I can't talk to anyone about that really, apart from you guys.
That's okay. You don't have to keep it light with us. We watch each other's back. You want to unload something personal, you do that. It's okay.
Yeah. Speaking of personal, I figure, I don't know. I want to go treat myself. I was thinking about getting some threading, some new EMP threading.
Nice.
Maybe some shift tack.
That's fun.
But you know, Rush is putting together a little shindig.
Oh,
soon.
yeah.
Rush, tell me more. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking a night market, and I'm thinking maybe some very nice high-grade cyberware and weaponry. I'm thinking let's get a little military with this one. You know what I mean?
Interesting. And by
Everybody loves
military,
military hardware.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And all.
we're not involving that that psycho from the Dixie, are we? Just to be clear.
No.
Talk about
What?
military. Okay, yeah.
No, not even. But there will be items there that maybe we could make use of in case we see him again. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. If we see him again, I can think of a few choice. I'd say words, but I mean bullets.
We could use him for the puck.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Hockey game. And we could be the players. And instead of hockey sticks, we could use guns.
Yeah, it's certainly. I mean, really,
Isn't
we don't
that-
need to keep up the hockey pretense. We can just shoot that guy. I think that's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Isn't that Friday Night Firefight? They're teasing on 54. They're trying to get that off the ground. Just
What?
putting convicted criminals in an arena, getting them to shoot each other.
I
Oh God.
for that. I thought it was very engaging.
Yeah, well, I like the part where they get the backgrounds of each of the crims before they set them loose.
Well,
You
yeah.
know, this one used to be a ganger, and then a personal trainer, and then a ganger again.
But they have the interactive part where you can call in on your agent, and well, not call in, but you can vote on who you think is gonna get shot in which body part.
Yeah, I know. It's really interactive.
Yeah, and yet somehow I'm seen as this corrupter of souls. What? Just because you can see my body in the garden?
We
or...
don't think that.
I
We
know
don't
you
think that, but it's laws haven't evolved in a while, and all of the criminals do have to wear pasties.
God forbid we see a nipple amongst all the gore.
Oh, even though they have no pants on and all their junk is just flopping all over the place.
Someone's like zooming in to just a pile of carnage. Hey, I think that's a nipple.
this is right. Whoa! Penalty! There's a
That's how teens in Night City have to get their smut. Like their parents are walking in. What are you watching? Just the Friday Night Fight. I
Just
swear.
dead bodies.
Just people getting murdered. I swear.
It's about
That
that
thing
time.
called Running Man.
It did remind me of Running Man when you guys were describing that. But it's about that time that the waitress walks up and she just says, "Oh, hey guys, remember me? It's Donna."
Donna.
Hey, Donna.
It's
Listen
nice
to her
to see
accent.
you. I'm sorry. It's nice to see you again, Donna.
Oh, thank you.
How have you been? Do you have kids? How are kids?
I'm okay. I just have very little time on account of we're so busy. So luckily for yous, we got the new menu. And she kind of like waves her hand over the table, and this hologram drops out of the ceiling of Donna's face, and it says "Your waitress." And then it has like going around the edge of the table above you these holograms of all the different meals that you can choose from in categories of breakfast, lunch, things like that. And it goes around. She says, just go ahead and order. We'll take care of you. And she walks off.
No. Thanks.
And just as quick as she walks off, she comes right back. And judging by where everybody's sitting at the table at this overlay, she leans over to Hades and she says, hey, and just keep this in mind. I really like the silent tough guys type, so if you get me your boy's number, maybe I'll get the meal comped for free. And she kind of points over to Bud, and then she walks off.
Oh.
What was that about?
Hi, Bud.
Sorry, what?
What?
Listen.
Yeah.
This is very important. This is important for all of our stomachs.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
I hate when she gets like this.
All of us, we all know that we have ID on our agents. We can see the faces pop up of who call us. And so, if hypothetically speaking, you were to give out the numbers of your agent to somebody, you wouldn't have to actually answer the call, but if you were to do that and it were to earn us a free meal, I'm just saying, it would be the right thing to do for all of us.
Are you trying to pimp Bud out to the waitress?
Listen, I am a lover, okay? I am a benevolent spirit. I like to think of myself. In fact, for the duration of this sentence, you can refer to me as Aphrodite.
Look, I just heard free lunch, so I'm just gonna order everything, and sure, you can give her my number. That's fine.
Wait, I don't.
All right.
I mean, I would be very I keep doing Donna's accent. Damn you, Rob. I'd be very cautious. I would be very cautious because, it's first it's free lunch, and then it is
Free dinner?
No, there's a lot of expectations, and
Ending in free D. Sorry.
You and you burn those bridges, and then we can't go to this diner anymore.
I do really like Donna.
I'm a gentleman.
That's true. Bud is a gentleman. Bud would never shoot Donna, or even karate chop her.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that, but just...
But don't karate chop Donna! I like Donna too much!
I don't know, it just didn't seem like you were really into her. And
are you into
she's
Donna?
Into you.
You like Donna? Do you think Donna's pretty?
I've never even thought about it.
Yeah,
would you Hades like climbs
All she
up
wants
onto
is my number. I'm not getting married to the chick.
Hades is it literally climbs up on the table and just goes over to Bud and just face to face.
Bud, would you at least go to a coffee with Donna? Even if it's just to the other table, that table over there, would you at least have a coffee with Donna? A coffee. Just a coffee with Donna? Would you have a coffee with
Sure, I have a heart.
Okay.
I'm not totally dead inside. Look, I know you want the French toast. You've been talking about it all morning. Get the French toast with the real berries. It's the most expensive thing. I know you want it. Just get it, and I'll have coffee with Donna. Jeez.
Alright, just watch
Your
yourself,
test is
Bud.
therapy and I have French toast, and that's all I want in this life.
I'm so glad that I don't let you book any jobs for me anymore, Hades.
I booked you the best jobs. There was that crocodile man, and there were the triplet sisters, who
Actually, that one was pretty cool. Yeah, all right, I stand by it. Go on.
they're always a lot of fun.
Just don't break her heart, you know?
Just be
Hey,
honest. People like honesty.
I'm a good listener. People like that too, right?
Yeah, tell her your shoe size and everything.
Honesty.
That's true. They say they do. They do not.
They
Yeah, let's-
do.
Let's favor tact over honesty, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean,
Let's just get the French toast, okay?
What's so if Bud's getting a little bit of everything off the menu that he wants, and Hades is getting the French toast meal with real berries, what's Allie and Rush getting? What are you guys ordering? You two.
You go, Rush. I'm thinking.
I'm thinking too. I'm gonna get the ramen.
Mine's a full
With-
cooked
Yeah.
soy sausages, hash browns, whatever substitutes for beans,
Yeah.
toast, all that good stuff.
Beans might still be around.
Yeah.
They might just all be dried up. You have to like soak them forever.
How international is this menu?
I mean, they can pretty much whip up anything, but they push a lot of American traditional. It's like, like a futuristic Denny's style vibe, but just a little more diverse.
Okay.
Why? What are you thinking?
Well, I was thinking kimbap.
All right.
Delicious.
classic.
Along it, so ramen, kimbap.
Yeah.
I think Ali is gonna get one of those, just like one of those milkshake kind of thing. Obviously not real milk. Maybe a real shake.
No, it's not real milk from a cow, I would hope.
Oh god, no. But it's kind of one of those like frappuccino things with just like a lot of added flavors, but probably some kind of protein sprinkled throughout that kind of give it some substance.
Genuine ostrich milk.
Yeah.
and a coffee. She's going to be double parking in terms of beverages.
Cat milk.
Very
So-
similar to me.
All right.
Got nipples, you can milk it.
There you go. Thank you. Someone got it. All right.
I've got nipples.
Someone
Greg.
else is
Can
old
you
school.
milk me?
I'm technically speaking.
All right. So yeah, after you, all of you kind of swipe your meals down, and the hologram goes up, and the one of Donna says thanks, and all the hologram whips back up, and it's only like maybe 5 or 10 minutes after that, this bot comes down the hall, down like kind of the inner way that goes in between all the booths and the tables down the center, and it's just this kind of square, almost like an R2D2 style, like trash can on wheels looking thing with just arms holding a tray with everyone's food, and it comes and just turns and kind of
Oh yeah.
places onto the table and keeps going. Thank you.
Even have
Why?
waiters.
I just got so
Yeah.
protective of that little breakfast machine.
The service just got way better.
I don't know how
Yeah, they've upgraded at this diner.
I love this breakfast robot. I'm gonna die for this breakfast robot.
My baby.
Also, do you like flick to tip your waiter? Do you flick like,
Yeah.
eddies from your agent into like the mouth of
Yeah,
the
you-
hologram?
Yeah, you toss a coin to your hologram or whatever that Witcher song is. You just swipe it.
Whoa. I just imagine it being like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the coffee thing. Instead of like buy someone a coffee, it's like feed your waiter.
Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
But everybody's meal comes. Everything looks great. You're eating, kind of settling in. What I want to do now is, you've had the conversation, a little bit of catch up on what you've been doing, a little chatter about Rush upcoming to throw his night market. We want to kind of talk about hustling now. So what I'd like to do is we have the hustle table. Everybody knows their rank and how to read that table. It's there in the rule book. Anybody that wants to follow along, it's on page 383 of the PDF, the digital PDF. So everybody find
So
your,
82?
yeah, and find your rank there and your role. Find that table, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the table. Everybody's going to roll your dice for it. You can do it digitally, or if you have real dice with you right now, however you prefer. Just do that. Tell me what the number is, or just read what you did on the table, but don't go into detail about it yet. Just read the title that you rolled, and we're going to go around the table, giving a little bit of time for you to think about it. And then we'll go back around, and just naturally you guys engage in conversation, telling each other about the different hustles in order that we go around the table. Okay? So let's start with Bud.
Oh,
So if you want to roll it.
yeah. Pick. So, do you need me to tell you what I rolled?
Yeah, roll it and tell me what it
Okay.
is, and then we're going to go around and have everybody do that while you think about it.
So I got a 4. And that is hired out as muscle to affix a corporal gang.
Nice, okay. Yeah, think about that, and when we get back to you, we'll have you start off the conversation elaborating on what you did. Allie, do your roll and let's
I
hear it.
rolled physical dice, and I got a 5.
Nice.
And also, how cute is this die?
That's cool. I like the colors.
Which for a rocker of my ability, comes to an opening act for a big name group.
Ooh. So think about how that would fit in with Allie, her style of Rockerboy, and maybe what that equates to. You know what I mean? And we'll get back around. So Rush.
So I rolled a 4. A deal went south, and I'm keeping my head down till it blows over.
Oh no.
That's spicy.
Yeah.
Maybe you can think
Does
of
that mean
some.
you get nothing?
Exactly. But that
You get nothing.
that can lead to
Good
some
day, sir.
some spicy stuff that maybe will show up in future campaign or something. I don't know. Think of something there, and maybe if you can tie that to your night market somehow, that could be kind of fun. Just think about
You
that.
do get something.
Oh, you do?
You do get a little.
I wasn't
a little,
looking at it.
A little scratch.
Oh, okay,
He gets
cool.
a little tiny scratch.
He gets 100. Is that what it is?
Yeah, €100.
Yeah, at least something. Okay. Hades.
I rolled a disappointment, is what I rolled. I got a new set of physical die. I thought about rolling it, and I was like, no, I'll keep it on the digital. And I rolled a 1.
Oh,
Bum, 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 bum.
Is that bad for?
is that bad on your
Netrunner?
chart?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
It's okay. So I cracked a small system and sold the data. It could have been way cooler, but
okay, cool. Well, think about that, and everybody write down the amount of money that you earned from that side hustle. Add that to your character sheet. And now, like I said, your food came. You're enjoying the food, and you're kind of now catching up on, what you did for that week after that gig, and selling the information, all that. You guys went into hustling, and it made a little side scratch. And Bud, why don't you start that off?
Don't know how your guys' week's been. Pretty boring for me. Just working muscle for a fixer who thought, delusions of grandeur, thought people were coming gunning for him. So he hired a bunch of extra muscle, so I stood outside his office playing games on my agent for a week.
There wasn't any action.
No, it turns out he just pissed off an ex-girlfriend, and
yeah.
she came around once when we were like, he's not here, and that was the extent of it. He was all like, oh, she's gonna hire her, all these people come after me, she's a psycho, she's got all these cousins. Honestly,
guess.
with total nothing burger.
She was perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think he overestimated his effect on people.
Did he have a whole bunch of other psycho girlfriends too?
I mean, honestly, I didn't ask, but it really would not surprise me.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah,
fact,
it's-
isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny how people who have loads of psycho girlfriends tend to be toxic weirdos themselves.
Oh, who would have thunk?
Paycheck's a paycheck, though, and I got on Kingdom Battle. I went up like 5 levels. So.
Ooh. Did you get a new weapon?
Well, you gotta buy gems for the new weapons, so I didn't bother in the end. Yeah.
You're not ahead of me now, are you?
I did raid your town while you were busy on that job. Sorry. Come on, it's a game.
Yeah, there are What's the game again, Phil? What'd you say? Kingdom
Battle.
Kingdom Battle. Yeah, there is no love lost in Kingdom Battle, Hades.
Hey, it's my respect for you as a fellow warrior. That's why I don't go easy on you. Plus, if you really get upset, can't you just hack their central servers and give yourself like infinite gems?
No, we had an alliance.
And I broke it.
You guys are all about the fighting. I just like to play as a blacksmith. It's so fun. I feel like you guys don't even acknowledge the genius of the crafting inventory tape. You know what? I'm tired of having this conversation.
Well,
Already?
craft something
What
so big.
I'm already tired of it.
What did you do this week?
Me? Well.
Oh, okay.
Phil,
It's a story. Okay, I'll settle in.
Yeah. Phil, I have a question. Out on a limb.
Yes.
What was your the runner of that kind of sex education place?
What's his name?
I remember he had a southern accent.
It also has a southern accent. Yes.
Uh-oh.
It's
Kitty.
not terrible. Kitty,
His name was
yeah.
Kitty. Kitty. Yes.
Because he had bio-sculpted cat ears.
That is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was this guy called Kitty. I think. No, wait. Do I remember their? Is it pronouns they them? I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. This purveyor of fine smut, Kitty, who looked me
Over
up.
at Sex Ed, right? That club.
Well, yeah, except it was sex ed come Night City, to this really cool cabaret scene called House of Sin. It's very cool, very queer, and they have a whole night of it where I was actually opening for creme de la creme. So it was great. It was a whole night of swinging, and I got to actually dance on a stage as opposed to, the rig set up in my bedroom. And there was a big martini glass. There were,
You got to do it from home.
What?
You got to do it from home.
No, I was there in person. That's why it's exciting.
Cool.
Usually
All right,
I'm just,
nice.
Dancing in my rig set up at, in my home. But this was this cabaret place is so cool. There's the walls are lined with plush, and there's dime Monties everywhere. The whole place just shines, and it also
exclusive.
but it's in a cute way, So yeah, it was pretty cool. I got a neat little extra 300 subs after that.
Nice. Yeah, I guess that's exposure, right? little joke for you there.
Yeah, no, I got it. It was funny. No, it was just nice to actually see people and perform for them face to face. It's not a thing I get to do often.
Yeah.
So that was.
Well, you tell Kitty if they need muscle for something a bit more exciting, then I'm available.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll get them to hit you up. Actually, that's a really good idea.
Thanks.
I don't know. He might make an agreement where he says he's on their side, and then he might turn on them all of a sudden and attack them when their back is turned, and they're doing something else that requires their attention. Bud.
So how was your week?
It got a
What
lot
about you,
worse
Hades?
recently.
What should be? Let's go to Rush. Rush should be next.
It's across the table. I'm shoveling sausage in my mouth.
Yeah, are you actually both on your agents right now? Just
And let's let's not forget to at the table, everybody has their meal. Hades has her stacks of French toast, and Rush and Allie what you ordered, but Bud has all these plates, stacks of food.
You gonna eat all that?
Eventually.
Oh man, I love you, man. You're great.
You want a hash brown?
Yes, of course. These are they're chewier than I expected,
Made
but
out
it's
of
not bad.
100% real brown.
Yeah, I
With
think
just a little bit of hash.
I think someone told them about a potato once.
Turn it to 100% real brown.
That's what it says on the packet, I'm assuming.
Brown.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Thanks.
while Hades and Bud usurp each other's noble lineage, how are you doing, Rush? You seem a bit quiet.
Yeah, for good reason. I had a deal that went south on me.
Interesting.
There was a
Again?
tiger claw. There was. Hey, look. More of them go right than go wrong. It's just so
Law of
happens.
averages.
You've caught me in a bit of a slump. I'm sorry, but
It's a numbers game.
it's a numbers game. That's right. It's a numbers game.
So Tiger Claws, carry on.
Yeah, a member of the Tiger Claws was looking for a very specific sort of weapon. I was able to find a supplier for this weapon, and part of the deal was that this supplier would show up at the right time, and then I would give him extra special consideration to possibly be considered for the night market, I guess that wasn't enough, and this guy never showed up. The Tiger Claw was real bad, especially since he already paid me part of it, and I told him that it was non-refundable. It was a finder's fee, and I found it. It just never came. Either way, he's not happy, and I'm just avoiding Tiger Claw territory for just a little bit.
It's always wise anyway.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You're too nice of a fixer, Rush. You always let people kind of. I
Well,
don't know. You always seem like you end up with the short end of the stick.
I mean, I could start killing people. Maybe then they'd take it seriously, but I don't know. I'm still figuring out what kind of a fixer I'm going to end up being. You know what I mean?
Well, I think you're
Ar-
very
Arms
nice.
dealer, judging by this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the arms deals that don't. They're the less reliable sort of deals. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to get around certain other items. But I'm hoping that this night market with the arms there, that is going to be the one that breaks the bad luck. Lady Luck's coming. We're going to have some good items. It's going to be great. And you know what? I'm going to get Pox to help because you know what? He knows what he's doing. He's done it before. He's done night markets before. I think he should help.
Yeah. Well,
I mean-
that would get him out from under my feet.
Yeah. But enough about me. Hades,
I do mean that literally.
how have you been doing?
Pox pokes out from underneath the table. Oh, can I come out yet, Allie? Oh, okay, no, okay. He goes back under.
Did I hear
No, I'm
talking
kidding.
from my ottoman?
I'm kidding.
I feel like
God.
being an intern for Alley Cats is like basically being
Yes,
someone who cleans around
Your
the house.
foot massaging stool.
he's in a full gimp outfit.
Yeah.
Which maid, I think, is more likely, so you can get work done.
That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, and it's much more like with her aesthetic of like cute cat girls.
You have
French
a tiny cute cat boy to do your chores.
Yeah, I still pay him. I mean, he's got to learn what it's like to work. He's got to work up to the top.
Honestly, I bet he loves it.
Also, did you see the fat stacks he pulled out? Apparently, man's not hungry for money.
Yeah, I wonder if he took it off that Russian. Because I took him to the range, got him a piece. He needs something to sort himself out in Night City, So we squeezed off a few rounds and found something that was, his size. He went a little bit ambitious first. The kick nearly, took one of his eyes out.
All I hear is
But,
right now.
What I tell everyone is that size doesn't matter.
It's right. It's what you do with it. What about you, Hades? You been
Um,
throwing your weight around?
always am. Ugh, this week though. 2 weeks. What day is it? Well, anyway, yeah. So,
None of us know.
mm,
No idea.
It's daytime.
Yeah,
None of us
apparently.
are at our best.
so anyway, I don't know if I ever told you guys about this. Ellie, I think you know. So you remember I used to work with, on occasion, I worked with Man-Bat 93.
Oh, yeah. That was a sticky situation.
So, you two, Rushbud, I don't know if you know about this. On occasion, I would sidle up. There's not really a Netrunner. You wouldn't call them a Netrunner, but Man-Bat 93. It's kind of someone who came across my well, I was jacked in one time. I was playing some games and somebody was really good. Anyway, they came to me and they offered me some gig work here and there. And anyway, they were really good in the gaming scene. Too good to be a person. Anyway, it's an AI. Anyway, it's an AI that I've worked with on occasion here and there. I don't know where they come from, but anyway, they drop me work every once in a while. And anyway, they came back and they gave me some work this past couple weeks. Most
You're
of
in love?
what? No,
No, nothing. No,
I think they want to kill me.
Oh, okay. All right. So you are in love. Great.
That seems like your speed.
I don't know. I don't know what their angle is. I don't know where they come from. But it's an AI. They're not even real. I don't know if they have a corporeal form at all. But anyway, the point is, Man-Bat 93 just materialized again. And anyway, so was
Are
a
you trying to
small-
make Man-Bat your mortal enemy?
One does not make someone their mortal enemy. That's not how these things happen. I mean, if you have to make someone your mortal enemy, then are they truly your mortal enemy? You know, someone who is truly great, who is truly the greatest of their field, who is greater than great, the greatest of the greats who have ever graded upon the
It's starting to get great on me.
yeah, you know, you just, you know, you find mortal enemies come out of the woodwork, is what I'm saying to you. You know, you don't have to find them, they find you. They
I
find you.
getcha.
I'm
As
sorry,
you-
you've been talking about getting yourself a nemesis for ages.
I just feel like, yeah, you're constructing a narrative here, and in terms of
No, that's
story
all I do.
of
I don't do that
Hades.
sort of thing.
the story of Hades up against a AI.
Well, you know,
sounds good
if
to me.
I'm just saying, if Man-Bat 93 just happens to, you know, try and like find me and blow me up every time, like I don't
and
know.
you would hate that.
I would. It would be the worst. You know, I mean, maybe he even puts tiny robots in my house that are in the shape of little crabs or something. I don't know. But anyway, this was a real job. I even got paid for it. So this job. So, does anyone know the sushi/pet store over down by
Oh God. The pets that don't sell go to the other end of the store, which is the. Never mind. This is horrible. Go on. Sorry.
your face?
We've got both kinds of fish. We got
Store.
friends and food.
Yeah.
over by the well, anyway, Man-Bat 93, and I was totally on board with this. So this is one place where the total, you know, the light and the dark, the good and the evil had to join forces to set the lobsters free. But in order to do that, we had to go into their system, the computer system, but also the actual system. I had to go in to the store myself
Wow. In person.
in person.
What happened to the lobsters?
Getting your hands
when they were-
dirty.
I do that a lot. Yes.
What happened when the lobsters got free? Did they just scuttle around? Don't they need water?
Tree.
Oh god, nothing in my mind makes more sense than Hades, like shrieking into the night as like a whole street is filled with just like scuttling lobsters.
You end up taking that snake home with you, the not the cyber snake, but the cybernetic snake.
That Hades thought was a real snake, but was not. Yeah. No,
yeah.
And for anyone who's curious, the lobster tank is very large. There were a lot of lobsters that just very slowly made their way away from this place. But also Hades also
Pinchy.
no, Hades did take a bunch of these lobsters home with her, and they're now in her bathtub.
Oh.
She wasn't just find the ocean, go my minions.
Yeah, but she was just like, she picked out a few of her favorites and she took those home with her. And she filled up the bathtub and then put them in there.
Did the rest make it to the ocean? They just end
We'll
up
never
dying
know.
on the street.
We'll never know.
Let's
Maybe
just
they
say there's
did.
stories of sewer lobsters now.
Ooh. I like that.
Where they're
Rob's gonna
growing
take that
larger and
later.
ever larger.
Yeah. They're into the hot zone getting radiated and growing into some monstrous lobster monster.
Godzilla size.
They're
Yeah.
gonna be dying in the next season, right?
Yeah. But hey,
Rob's gonna bring kaiju into the next season.
yeah.
One giant claw emerges from the middle.
Yeah. One big pinch.
I hope they're on our side.
But yeah, let's this is where we're going to take our quick 5-minute bio break. Everybody hang out in the chat, because when we get back, what I want to do is have everybody talk about Pox. We didn't bring Pox up. Bud brought him up a little bit. I'd love to go around the table and everybody kind of describe a moment you had with Pox over the past couple weeks, showing around Night City or whatever. Everybody had like a day and a night with Pox to do something. So when we get back, let's dive into that. And I also want to do a little conversation roll with everybody when we get back at one point during all that to see which one of you four got a little more personal with Pox and he revealed something to you. So we'll see who got that bit of information. But we'll be back in 5 minutes. Nobody go anywhere. I'm going to leave the mics hot too, by the way.
Mics.
As
We got
always.
hot mics coming through. Hot, hot, hot. Get them while they're hot.
I'm doing all my budgeting. I think we're probably gonna have to pay rent as well out of our cash, so having
Oh,
to
yeah.
budget for that. Yeah.
I figured,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Have you done that?
paid
I'm
rent?
not
No.
yet, but
Mine's 1,000 eddies for a shipping container. Can you believe
Not
it?
in, not in
yeah.
life nor in the game have I paid rent.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
No, it recently went through.
I need to teach these crabs how to steal. Thieves.
Well, they got pincers. They should be natural at it,
Oh,
really.
Have you seen? I'm a big fan of the rat page on Reddit, and
Follow
someone
that,
was-
yes.
Yeah, someone taught their rat how to steal money from a purse.
I love it.
It's so cute. The rat just like goes into their purse, gets like a note, and then gets
Oh.
a treat for it.
That is amazing.
And as they run off, the person's like, "You dirty rat!"
You dirty rat. And the rat's like, actually, I'm quite clean. That's a misnomer.
Yeah. it's actually mice who are quite smelly.
Mice are quite smelly.
Yeah, no, that's what I hear.
Yeah. I think it's probably like their gland, similar to ferrets. They have like glands to like mark stuff. I mean, Preston's
What's up, Bronx?
like Bronx. Hey, bearded babies. And Rockette Fox DM friendly.
Just the babies at the moment.
Yeah. So are we the beards or are we the babies? Or are we the
I think-
baby beards?
I think we're any of those. Yes, all of the
Do we-
above.
Are they the three genders?
Yes, that's right.
If we
I identify.
if we
Although
ever
I
get an
identify
offer-
as a baby is not
People do.
They do. They do.
But like, if we ever get an office one of these days, we should just have the toilets be like babies' beards.
Yeah.
And
The
then
whole
see
the
people,
office will
like,
have to be the crash.
Everyone try and figure out what's what.
Am I a beard or a baby?
Baby, am I a beard or am I a baby?
Yeah, it does sound a bit like a Bo Burnham song.
Yeah.
Oh no. Only one chestnut left. What is my life?
A chestnut free.
It's not free life, yeah.
Yeah.
The sorrow is so real. Oh man, I want coffee. I should grab some. Alright, I'll be back again.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm excited to see these giant sewer lobster stats that have come up in the chat here.
Yeah, stat them up. Someone stat us some radioactive lobsters, please.
I think they'll need some sort of a cyberpunk appropriate name as well. However, I cannot think of any at this point in time.
I gotta ask you, what's your VIP area at your night market gonna be like? For me, that's the most important part.
What's the VIP area going to be like?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
the-
it's going to be raised. I think it's going to...
Oh.
You have to go up to get there.
Yeah.
My water bottle.
Because that Russian guy was just like, he was just like in a truck, right, with his floozies. You want to be on display.
I think if it's a VIP, you gotta look VIP, and to do that,
Yeah.
you've got to be on a higher level. Right?
You have a throne.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm excited to see what you do for your night market because, like Phil said, and we'll discuss this. You have location options, and obviously you can set it up any way that you want. You can theme it, stylize it. You can run it a certain way. I mean, be on a throne in the center if you want. Go around however you want. I'm interested for Rush to have his own night market. Should be cool.
Oh, yeah.
So think about that.
I have
it's
some
such a
ideas.
Cool. Such a big part of being a fixer. I'm glad you get to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I didn't even realize all that was involved in it. I was just
There's a lot.
I was thinking, oh yeah, no, I just hold the night market while we're away for these 2 weeks or whatever. but no, it's a big deal.
We got
Is that a
bunnies
rat?
and rats. Cuties.
Hey, Rob, do we have to deduct lifestyle from our funds?
Yeah,
Is
we
it time
will.
to pay rent?
Yeah, we will be.
I need the pipe.
I was what I was going to do is allow everyone to spend the previous money, the hustle and everything on the cyberware, the therapy, the gear, everything everybody needs to get. Then have Rush do his night market. Maybe you all are kind of hired help to help him do his first night market since you all are a team. And then maybe the profits that you make from the night market, you guys will all make some money running that night market, we'll say, but that'll obviously have to go towards living expenses and things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was going to kind of make that a wash, but we'll get into that next week. Let's get back
Very
to...
happy to give my services to a good cause.
Oh, yeah. All right, cool. We are back from break. Everybody can see us now. Hell yeah. Thanks, everybody, for sticking around and watching the second half of our Time to Hustle session. Session 2 of Time to Hustle. So what I want to do is we're coming... Oh, we got a fur babies on the screen. Everybody take note of the cuties.
Oh my God.
Making it on stream.
There we are. Give the people what they want.
People want babies.
Fur
Preston
babies.
always looks so unimpressed with everything I do.
I know. It's funny because even when you get him closer, he almost seems to back up like, what the...
Like, oh no.
He's
Oh, there he
sniffing
goes.
all of you.
There he goes. Now he leaned in. That was cute. That was better. It was like he's giving little bunny kisses. All right, cool. We're back. Here's what's up. So everybody over the course of the hustle or the next week where you bought things or therapy or anything that you had to do there, at one point during these 2 weeks, you had a little bit of time with Pox. Anybody watching, make sure you check out the previous session so you learn all the cool things that happened in the last campaign. But along the way, Ali met this young guy, Pox. I don't want to say kid because he's older, young adult, you know. But old enough to drink. I think we decided he just turned 21 or something. We decided, but not that matters. Night City can drink at like 18 or 15, but yeah. Anyways, that's kind of become her minion. You know, he's a big fan. At that night market in Neo Nola, you had him kind of help you get keys, and he was kind of part of you guys accomplishing that gig so you could get the cow back to Night City. But in turn, you had to get him out of there because he was working for a dangerous fixer and helping him with his night market and things, and you know, he didn't want to get killed, so he left. But that's who Pox is, and over these 2 weeks, everybody spent a little bit of time with him. He had time with every single character, whether it was a day and a night, a couple days. I want everybody to kind of go over that, but I want to do it in character. So let's just have everybody sit at the table, and I think Bud already kind of got a little bit into what he did with Pox, so let's have Bud start it off. Go ahead and take it from there. You know, Hades was mentioned. Oh, did you see that big stack of money that he had? And he said, oh yeah, speaking of Pox, took him to a range or whatever. Maybe he was pestering you about it, I think you said. But yeah, go for it.
Yeah, as people said last week, I was a bit like, he'll probably die in a week. But I don't want him to die, so I relented. He was like, you gotta show me a few pointers. I need to get a nice piece. So I took him to the range.
He's growing on you.
Yeah, well, I try not to get too attached. Just for reference, I got 12 on my conversation roll.
Interesting.
Not my forte. 3 empathy. Just like shoot, just point and shoot the gun. I don't think he's gonna be a solo man. He doesn't have the cojones for it, if you ask me. I think, yeah, that's right. I think he'll find his niche. I just don't think it's shooting people. Honestly,
Yeah.
He might hold his own. I changed my mind slightly about him. He was wise enough to get out from the thumb of that crazy Russian guy and head to the big city. So at least he's got ambition.
I mean,
And
he
now
seemed
he's-
to enjoy
now he's got a
you
handgun.
He seemed to enjoy you taking him out.
Yeah, well, you know, everything's new for him, right? It's new. Night City, man. Oh my God. It's Night City guns, Night City range. It's the same everywhere, but because it's Night City, he was all excited.
Yeah, it's got the brand recognition about it.
That's right. Yeah. And you know, I know the guy at the range. He was treating me nice, making a fuss over me because I, buy so much ammunition from him. So, he got a little taste of what it's like to start climbing the ranks around here,
Did he shoot all right?
Do you want to roll for his shooting?
Yeah, go for it. How did the experience go? I would imagine he probably, did average. Maybe he's not terrible, but he's not great. He's younger.
10, he got a 2, so he didn't.
Yeah.
Practice. He did some practice. Yeah, he's not the best marksman I've ever seen. Sure. Hopefully he picked up something from one of you guys. Did he hang out? I know he hung out with you, Allie.
He's been helping me box some merch. He seemed very interested in my job. But obviously I'm not gonna take him to a set right away. That's just not how it works, and I haven't really properly vetted him, Everyone thinks that, oh yeah, I'd love to be on set for a BD, I'd love to be around these performers, but I think some aren't ready for the truth that it's not as glamorous as it looks. So I've just had him doing.
Yeah, I heard it's actually really long and boring, actually.
Yeah, terrible for your back and all that, but it's it's not what people want to think.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've just had him do some kind of menial tasks. Like I said, boxing some merch, running my chat while I'm kind of out doing stuff. I did take him to House of Sin, though. I thought that would, kind of... Yeah, well, it was a big event, and he seemed really excited, so I figure throw the dog a bone, So I got him a VIP pass on the condition that he kind of, basically helped me with quick changes. He had to be sober and not on any substances all night. Basically kind of be my little errand boy.
Did
He seemed to enjoy.
I'm curious. Did he
sorry.
Did he behave? Was he good? Because, with you, he's still kind of fanboys out. So taking him to an event, I could imagine him having a couple moments where he's like, "Holy shit, is that so and so?" And like, I don't know, like, how was he?
Yeah, I think definitely. Well, he certainly spent most of the night with his jaw on the floor, but thankfully he didn't say anything. It was just clear that he was.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, and
He was actually
that's right.
speechless, and that's crazy because he does talk a lot.
I think. Yeah, well, I think like literally, if he's like stunned by Ali, then there are all these kind of big famous like dancers, performers, exotic performers, and doing acts like he hadn't even seen before. He'd never seen some kind of simulated firefight that led into a more like a hot, tense scenario. He'd never seen that. He'd never seen some of the kind of Ripper docs do some of their more sensual kind of acts. So he was kind of, I think he did end up like going off to barf at some of the blood stuff. But thankfully he was pretty quiet about it. He just went a bit pale, went to the toilet, came back, and then he was very blown away by all the glitter and the pasties and the and the.
Did you guys? Did you have the snake lady with the big tits at that show?
What big you were gonna say? The snake lady with the big hands.
Tail.
Yeah, we had her.
Yeah, I imagine that would have thrown him for a loop.
Yeah, he seemed more scared scared by the snake. Thankfully.
Yeah.
So he didn't spend the whole night looking at her chest.
Scaroused is the word that comes up a lot with her.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. No, but she's so nice. Everyone's like, no one really. I've had the fortune to talk to her a few times, Eve, and she's so nice and lovely. She actually crochets.
That's nice. You gotta have hobbies, right?
Yeah. Should I roll conversation to see if no, that's a failure.
What did you roll on conversation?
A 9.
Oh, a 9.
9
Okay.
for conversation. I think, I mean, I definitely took him out for a fun night, and he's not complained about any of the kind of busy work that I've made him do for my kind of business, but I think he's probably just been a bit overwhelmed and still a bit starstruck. And thankfully, I've had to, after the first reminder to not say anything too lewd, I think maybe he's still trying to play it cautiously and shut his mouth for a while.
He'll get there.
He'll get there. Yeah, exactly.
You just gotta desensitize him a bit more,
Well, I mean, for the bloodletting stuff, they asked for a volunteer, but he didn't want to be rubbed down with numbing gel and hacked at for some reason.
Rude.
Crazy, I know, right?
That's usually the most popular act. I don't get it. Newbies. Am I right?
Well, he's still new to the city, so.
He'll get used to it. He'll do fine.
Anyone else take him out? I know there are a few nights where you couldn't,
Al?
couldn't dust my shelves.
As it turns out, also,
It's not a euphemism.
at one point, Hades left the table, and then she comes back, and she does have these rats with her. She's like, "Look what I found in the bathroom!"
Okay.
They were stuck in this weird box trap back behind the cabinet.
Yeah, I found them swimming in the toilet, and I brought them back with me.
So weird that someone would put their rats there.
But I named them after you. One's Little Bud 1, and one's Little Bud 2.
How come they're
I'm
both
honored.
named after Bud?
They look just like him. Look, they look very
Cute little buttles.
little bottles. Like that. So you know how I let all the lobsters loose in the street? Well, what ended up happening was, so out of all the lobsters, there was a few that I could tell with their long stalk eyes were looking at me in a way that I felt really connected to me. But there were too many for me to carry in my arms. So I ended up sending Pox a message on my agent because I needed an extra set of arms to help carry them back to my place.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, he does have very usable arms.
He does, and he has 2 more hands than I do. So I sent him a message, and I was like, "Pox, get here right now, or I'm gonna kill you." And so then he ended up showing
That'll work.
up way quicker than I thought he would. And so then when he did, he was like, "Why are there so many lobsters in the street?" And I was like, "Shut up and grab some lobsters." And so then he came back to my place, and he seemed really surprised by how, I don't know, how nice it was, I guess. And I don't know, I keep my bonsais really well trimmed, and the plants are very nice, you know, and the tea area is very
And
meticulous.
Bonsai's not a euphemism, is it?
It's not, no, I have very old bonsais.
Again, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Again, not even, you know, but he was, you know, he knew about taking his shoes off beforehand and everything, and so that was very nice. And then he actually ended up hanging out and playing some video games, so that was cool. But he ended up putting the lobsters in the bathtub. You know, he ended up getting, let's see, I think he had 7 lobsters, and I had 5 because I took the ones with the bigger pinchers because, you know, since I threatened him, I felt it was only fair that he took the ones with the smaller pinchers.
But hey, we know that Pox responds well to threats.
It's true. It's true.
He has hands, can use them.
It's
And
true.
if if need be, he can actually shut his mouth.
That's true. And the lobsters didn't even pinch him in the face. So, you know, I felt like
Nice.
it was a win all around. Because, you know, I mean, when I set the lobsters free, I did have to take all of the rubber bands off of their pinchers so they could defend themselves.
Cool.
But yeah,
And
but
it sound-
he, you know... Oh, good.
No, I was gonna say it sounds like maybe you opened up a little bit to Pox in the sense that you've always been kind of comically short with him, the new guy in the group, a little bit of ribbon or whatever, I don't know, but you've kind of given him a hard time to the point where he's been a little bit intimidated by you in the group. You know, he looks up to Bud, looks up to Rush. He's a fan of Allie. To you, he's always been a little bit intimidated. Sounds like he actually, I don't know, had a little change of heart and played some video games with him and stuff, so that's kind of cool.
Well, and I feel like out of all of them, I feel like Hades is probably the closest in age to him. And so it's probably also like maybe like a sibling kind of deal where you have a sibling who threatens you in a way that at first, you know, whenever she took him to go see the Yakuza, he was like, "Oh, she may kill me." But then after a while, it was like, she says this all the time. I don't know that it's actually a threat she's actually going to follow through on.
She says this to literally everybody.
Right.
Okay.
Everyone and all the time, but like...
It's a sign off
But it-
on her email.
But
I will kill you.
Yo,
I love
let's stop
that.
it, James, I'm gonna kill you.
But let's not also forget he has heard the true stories of things all of you have done as a team. He knows that you bit some guy's face off, you know, while you were in the middle of getting tortured. He was naked, zip tied in bathtubs. Like, he knows you've all been through some shit, and he knows that you've done some crazy stuff too. So all jokes aside, and as much as you do throw it around, I don't know. He's maybe it
Another
took.
big fight.
Yeah. So it took all up till now for him to kind of come to realization of all that. Maybe he was finally playing some video games or something. But I like that a lot.
And let's see what the conversation roll has to say.
Yes.
Big
Oh
sword.
yeah.
Oh,
What's up?
16.
But also, whenever we put all lobsters in the bathtub, he also he found a little aquarium salt and he put it in there too. So I guess they're gonna be all right in there. So
Nice. So where is Hades taking baths and showers now, or she just gave up on that?
You're gonna jump in with the lobsters.
Oh.
yeah, I go in with the lobsters. We all take baths together.
Here's another BSA.
I
Save water. Bathe with lobsters.
And I see Hades in a bathtub, and all the lobsters have little shower caps on and stuff, and she's got like.
They all have little shower caps, and they all have those little scrub brushes on the end of a stick. That way, everyone can scrub each other.
Hell yeah. What was your conversation? You said.
So we ended up playing.
16, by the way.
Oh, 16.
If you want the number.
That's what I wanted. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry to
what
interrupt.
we're talking about.
Oh no.
I see.
Because that's going to depend. I'll tell you what whoever got the highest what you were talking about at that moment, and I'm going to pull chat in for that moment too to provide some information. I'll let them contribute some lore for us to use. But yeah, continue on if Hades wants to kind of push it towards Rush.
Said he couldn't keep playing video games all through the next night because we were making a lot of progress. We've been playing for 28 hours, and then he said he couldn't keep playing because he had to go do something for you. What the heck, man?
So that's how Bud got the ante on you.
Well, yeah, maybe.
You know how it works. If you're literally not playing every second, then you're falling behind.
I'm gonna get you. Hey, no. What the heck, man?
Send raid.
Oh, no.
Where'd you end up taking Parks, Rush?
Oh, well, he needed a place to stay. So while I was doing my therapy, I let him sleep on the floor. But afterwards, I set him up with a cube hotel near mine. And, well, while he was hanging out, we, found out he likes board games, too. And so we started playing some board games. So I took him out to his shop, and he picked up some Arkham something based on, like, Cthulhu. Anyway, it was fun. It was a really fun game, but man, he's got energy for video games, and I don't know where he got that from. Or for board games, I should say. Don't know where he got that from, but yeah, it was good. He was good. He's a good dude. Kind of grows on you like a fungus.
If he came from a 48-hour sesh with Hades, he was probably hopped up on Smash and the net.
Oh, he was messed right up. He was bouncing off the wall.
900.
Now we're gonna play board games, okay?
Right. We're gonna play some board games. Look, let's go to the board game shop.
Just like,
You can pick whatever board game you want. Let's start with some tic-tac-toe. Keep it calm.
Now we're gonna play the quiet game.
I feel like he's like Andy Dwyer from Parks and Rec. Of you said I could have one lolly, and he comes back with the huge it's almost like a gumball machine. This counts as one.
No, you can't buy cones of Dunshire. It will not fit in my place.
So you had a nice, relaxing night with him. Good.
Yeah. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. I mean, he's super high energy. Wouldn't shut up about what he was doing with you there, Allie. He kept he said something about a snake lady.
Oh yeah, Anaconda.
Anaconda. Man.
Nice. I like that
Thanks,
name.
Chat. Thanks to chat.
That's
Yeah.
that's a chat suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah, I love getting contributions from chat. They're always awesome. That was great.
Left a real
Yeah.
impression on him.
Well, yeah, I think she she may have went in for the hug, and I think the glitter left probably 2 circles on his chest.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, body glitter.
He
It'll
still
get
hasn't
ya.
washed it off.
Oh God.
He still has glitter all the way up to like under his chin and down all his chest and neck. Buddy!
Yeah, sorry, he wanted to type in chat.
Yeah, so set him up with the Cube Hotel. He's got a place near mine.
Nice. What's your give me a conversation roll so we can see if you beat Hades out on that 16 that she had, I think.
Oh, let's see. Is this impacted by my humanity loss? I think so, right?
Would be, yeah. It lowers your effective empathy. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a 10.
Hades wins again.
Yeah. It seems like at one point, and this is strictly information for Hades, and Hades can decide if she would come out with this at one point, or tell the team, or just mention it, or if it might come up during any of the other conversations that have taken place, and we can interject this if you want to. But during the course of hanging out with Pox, maybe for the fact that you kind of opened up to him, playing video games, he finally got that sense of, oh shit, this is kind of like a sister to me, and like I get it now, and we get along now. And at one point you guys got chatting about, what he was doing and Neo-Nola and his upbringing, things like that, just getting to know each other a little bit better. And at one point he told you how, yeah, he was helping out that fixer in the night market, like he told you when you guys were there, to just kind of like learn the ropes. He's really interested in, all kinds of crazy stuff like that. What you've come to find out is he actually comes from a rich family, a big corporate family. And chat, I want you to come up with what corporation his parents work for, his father works for, or his mother, and put that in chat, and we'll use it. I'll incorporate that into lore. I've got some ideas with that for future stuff, possibly, but I'd like chat to come up with that. So you guys think of a corporation, but he opened up to you basically saying, yeah, I was messing with that fixer and learning stuff because it's all just kind of fun to me. That's why I'm so excited to come to Night City, because, honestly, I'm a trust fund kid, and I don't have to do shit. My parents are rich as fuck. They, work for this corporation. My dad's like a high-end exec there, and, I tend to tap him for money, but...
We should not have taken this guy.
But he says...
I regret everything.
But he opens up to you and basically tells you that and says, but I love getting out and living life. My family, they typically... pump me with money, but for the most part, I just check in with them on holidays and stuff. They're just so busy with the corp life. We rarely hang and stuff, but you kind of learn that about him. But he did tell you, it's like, don't tell the team. I really don't let anybody know that, because then everybody starts looking at me like I'm just some rich, spoiled kid and, a silver spoon sort of situation. And I'm absolutely not. Like, my family's busy. I love getting around. I've been working with the Fixer. I used to hang with this gang back in the day. When I was a kid, I used to shoplift a little. Like, he talks like this, like it's cool. Like, oh, see, I've done cool things too. But you can tell he is kind of has that rich kid background, But he doesn't want you to tell anybody. He's like, please don't tell the team. I don't want them looking at me different. I just kind of want to learn the ropes and hang out in Night City. I'm just happy to be here and part of the team, and I hope we can trust each other. So that's how it kind of went, and you can take it from there, however you want, unless you got questions. Yeah.
I do have questions. Would he have mentioned which corporation it was?
Well, I want to grab that from the chat. I want chat to contribute an idea, come up with the corporation that his family works for, or is a high-end exec at.
So Hades would not mention this to the team. And Hades would likely want to cultivate this relationship because her family worked for a corporation and was actually excommunicated from the corporation. And she has her own things that she wants to have happen. So she would kind of hold on to this for her own purposes.
Okay.
And if it happens to be the same corporation,
That's just gravy.
but it's a kind of thing to where like she would at least wait and see if she can get close to Pox to see like, can I Can we get close? Can I get him on my side? Like, more to where, like, just see where it goes. Just feel out the relationship. Just feel it out.
Did we
Ulterior motives? Me?
did we get in? Did we dive into that corp background in that session 0? I'm not remembering if we defined it.
We hadn't mentioned which corporation it was, but that her family had been her family had been integrated, like, into a corporation. They were not low level in it. And then something had happened that unjustly kind of booted them out of it.
Oh, okay.
But she had grown up in it. Before they got cast asunder.
Does Allie know this?
Well, Allie would know about Hades, I would imagine, because we did, sessions there. You guys have all the background, but Hades is the only one that knows about Pox. Yeah.
Yeah, Hades.
We dated, but I'm wondering if even she kept that from her.
Oh.
No, I mean, I think the group would know because she was trying to get Bud to. Well, I don't know. She was trying to get Bud
to get me to kill them, right?
To kill people in the. I don't know how forthcoming she would have been about what exactly her motives were.
Yeah, I know that we all know that, like, Hades hates corpse, but I don't know. I don't know if we ever got to the reason why, or I don't know if our characters got to the reason why.
Yeah, and Bud
everybody
been trying to hire him to kill, like, some corporate people, and she's really bent on it.
And the whole thing is, like, he's not actually a hitman. Like, he does
and
all this stuff to protect people, not.
Yeah, her growing up, she would have gone to, like, private schools and, like.
Yeah.
Ziggurat's nice because they run the internet, right? They run the CityNet.
Yeah, they set up the databases and all that stuff. Data.
So that could give you a tech background, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. See if anybody else wants to suggest anything else. I think out of those, what is that? Cerebus Technologies.
Yeah.
I like that too. That kind of works. And they could, if we want to go different, one could be for Hades' family background. Whether not or she did, reveal that to everyone in the team or not, it's just some back stuff to everybody can put in the pocket or whatever. Or we could make that Ziggurat, or we could make that Pox's family's hookup, or we could make it both the same. I lean more towards Ziggurat. I like that, especially as far as red and what what that implies towards the tech stuff and the net running sort of stuff. I like Mulligan Tech, BK. But yeah, no, let's go with Ziggurat, Mardi Gras Marine Arcology Inc. Stink Palm. I think we're gonna pass on that one. But
Second limited.
Yeah, I like that. I like these names. But yeah, let's go with Ziggurat for the sake of kind of what it is and how it fits in. It also makes sense, nationwide running into this, and maybe Pox's family, being high up on that somewhere on the East Coast, somewhere out there and working in one of the offices out there. Do we want to tie that into Hades' family background? Maybe at one point when he opened up about this, Hades, that kind of clicked like, oh, shit, Ziggurat, that's what the corp that my family got kicked out of. And would you reveal that to him if that's the case? What do you think?
It's gonna be two totally different scenarios for her, whether or not it's the same one or a different one. Because if it's a different one, she'll be like, yes, I can play this against the corporation that I hate. If it's the same one, it'll be, I'm going to try and get Pox to do something against this corporation that I hate. I don't know. What seems more...
How you use him.
How about this? It's always fun. I mean, we are playing a game here that involves dice.
Should we roll for it?
There you go. Roll for it, Hades. But before you roll, decide what's even, what's odd number. You know what I mean? Like, how do you want to...
Yeah.
How's it going to fall? And then roll it and let me know.
There's
all right.
nothing worse than forgetting what
all right, chat. Even or odd? Even or odd?
I leave it to the people.
Chat.
Hades
Hades needs your...
Netrunner of the people.
Let Hades know. Should it be even or odd? Even is same
Even is the
corp.
same corp.
Even it's the same corporation.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, go
All
for
right.
it. Roll whatever you want.
Both from...
All right, we're gonna do a 20. Let's
Ooh,
see what
old
let's see what
school.
the odds have to say. 6, same corp.
Nice.
Same
Okay,
corp,
cool.
we both-
Now here's something you should decide. During that conversation with Pox, when you kind of open up, don't tell anybody, but my parents are kind of high-end corps at Ziggurat over there on the East Coast at one of the divisions over there, setting up things. I don't know what they do there, but just don't tell anybody. That clicked with you. Are you going to let him know, or are you keeping that to yourself? That you're about your family.
Wait. She's gonna wait until they've spent some more time together. She's gonna wait because she doesn't totally trust him just yet.
You don't know how he feels about his folks. He might hate them.
Yeah, she's gonna see how he feels about the folks, how he feels about everybody. I mean, like, anybody can share information with a stranger. We're gonna get close. We're gonna get close. Hades is gonna make it her goal to get close to him now.
Okay, cool. Well, that's great then. I think we can end this session here. I think everybody had their side hustle. Don't forget to keep track of that money you made. Those stories that we came up with, put them in the back of your mind, but don't fully forget them because, like I said, everything we do in all these sessions continues on because this is an ongoing game. We are breaking it into campaigns and sessions, but the whole thing, everything is part of the same world, so just keep that in mind. The other thing that we got to learn is everybody spent some time with Pox, which was really cool. Everybody had their moment, and Hades had even a deeper moment where he opened up about his background and his family and the trust fund situation, and it kind of ties into Hades' background, which is really cool. The very last thing that I do want to mention that we also learned is that Joanna has a thing for the strong, quiet types, and apparently she's got Bud's number now. So let's keep that in mind too. Thanks so much for playing the session. Thanks everybody for tuning in chat. I had a really good time. This being the shorter, kind of more fun, role-play heavy sessions, I don't mind. Let's go around the table one more time. Just remind people where they can find you online. Give yourself a little plug. And then we'll get into the next campaign next Thursday. So everybody watching, make sure you tune in next Thursday because that's going to be the session 1 of the new campaign. But yeah, Phil, start it off.
Hey, yeah, it's me, Phil. I'm at Scruff. Hey, at Scruff SKRUF on Twitter. So join me there, or join Babybeard Media on Twitter at Babybeard Media, or one word. To find out what we're up to. We have a Patreon to support our podcasts and all the YouTube stuff that we do. We're about to update it to add some more community content, some hangouts with our patrons, maybe even some games with our patrons. So it's a really good time to get involved with that. We're changing up to sort of make it a bit more of a community. So that's going to be really, really fun. But you should check out our podcast, Roll to Cast, or you should check out our YouTube channel, Babybeard Media. We do all that fun stuff. You should also check me out on my upcoming appearances with these lovely people playing June, because that's going to be awesome as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Brandon.
I am Brandon Perkins, also known as DM_Brando. And be sure to check us out on Mad Queen's channel tomorrow. Myself and Rob, we're going to play some Fallout.
Oh, yeah. Ellen.
Hi, I am Ellen. Along with Phil, check out Babybeard Media, but also make sure that you subscribe to Roll to Cast, our TTRPG podcast. That's Roll to Cast, ROLE, because our latest season, Mystery Down Under, is a special Kids on Bikes mystery action adventure, and it's the first time I've ever GM'd, so check that out. Give me some support. Send all criticisms to babybeardmedia@gmail.com.
Attention, Phil.
Swiftly delete them.
So I can delete them. And you can also find me playing Fallout with Rob and Brandon. I forgot where to point.
You got it.
Somewhere
hey.
there. They're there.
Yay.
They're there. on Tuesdays, which is really Australian Wednesdays. And you can also find me on Twitter at EllenKGraham1, where I do hot nerd shit, including my makeups. Sometimes I do drawings, and sometimes I just tweet out pithy little nerd things. And you got to see that. Otherwise, Preston gets sad.
Aw, don't make Preston sad. What the hell? Don't make him sad,
Don't make
chat.
Preston sad.
Come on, chat. Don't make him sad. Rockette.
That's me.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am, as always, Rockette Fox. With apparently these rat stacks here. I don't know if you see all this, but there's literally a stack of rats right here.
Yeah, a stack of rats.
On head. Yeah, you can find me. I'm on Twitter. I'm generally more on Instagram because Twitter still confuses me. I'm old. I'm older than I look. But yes, I am everywhere online as Rockette Fox, including over on twitch.tv/RocketteFox, where I lately have been playing a lot of Minecraft, so I'm also very young. But aside from that, I have my podcast, Fantastically Strange, that is going to soon be back active with a whole bunch of new interviews. Super excited, so check that out. I also have a Patreon if that interests you at all, where there's bonus podcast content, and I do have a monthly sticker club. Gonna throw that your way. That's pretty much it. And again, Rat Stacks, what is happening here?
I like rat stacks. And I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the GM here. I'm also the founder of Cyberpunk Uncensored. Check out Cyberpunk Uncensored on Twitch and YouTube. Give a follow, give a subscribe. I also have a Patreon. Check out Cyberpunk Uncensored on Patreon. Lots of cool things there. Some of the more interesting things, I can run gameplay for you. Also, you can create NPCs for our gameplay, which I've been using on some of the monthly ongoing Cyberpunk RED gameplay that I've got on Cyberpunk Uncensored. So tune into that, check it out, and join the Patreon. Aside from that, got Fallout tomorrow on the Mad Queen YouTube channel at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Brandon will be joining me for that. It'll be a lot of fun. And then every Tuesday, we're doing Fallout on Cyberpunk Uncensored with Brandon as GM and me and Ellen playing with Dave from Realm Smith as well. So it's a lot of fun. So check all that out. Make sure you show support to Syrinscape. Can't say that enough. Make sure you subscribe, follow to Syrinscape on YouTube, on Twitch. Share it. Share their site, Post it around. Post it to groups on Facebook. Retweet the tweets. Share this gameplay. Just help Syrinscape get out there more. We're really appreciative of being here in this gameplay, and we're all here because of them. So we would love it if you'd give them some love, and we can continue this train moving forward and keep the gameplay flowing every week. Yep, we'll see everybody next Thursday. Thanks so much. Take care.
Email.